hoodie, black pants, had a gun, displayed it to the driver. And Madison and Wall, Michigan stores looted, just so you know. And
wow.
1899, fire has no record of the person shot at Clybourne and Division. Fire was definitely requested, though. We since then, but prior to that, we did not have a request. And fire was requested for Washington and Garland for the man shot in the leg.
Washington and Garland. Oh, girl shot.
Okay, 10-4.
Robert, a lot of people on Oak in between Rush and Michigan. A lot of looting.
Oh, they on Rush in Michigan now. Looting.
10-4. Lots of looting.
1800 actually hit 1900 actually take those bikes over there. They were on Oak earlier. Head over there.
If we can get the bike units to go over there, please.
Wow, people, it's still going on. I'm glad too I got up out of there.
46. A lot of people on looting on Oak Street.
Oh man. They hit Oak Street now.
Yeah, Amy, Liz Plus is all I got a gas station here at Michigan and Pearson. So if they need us to move from here, we're here.
I-10 4650 has a gas team of Michigan and Pearson, and they can make a move anywhere you need them at.
Wow.
Come up, y'all. Hold and bring up the whole food and Canal and Harrison.
Whole Food Store. What's up with that?
Canal and Harrison and Whole Foods. Canal and Harrison and Whole Foods.
Oh, they getting that too. Canal and Harrison.
7410, sir.
Downtown.
Can I get a flag in for that going to the Macy's at Washington?
Oh, they caught 4 people.
State Washington, we have 4 offenders in their wagon. State
In Macy.
Washington, please, for 4 offenders for 7410.
Wow. Oh, you know they going to that Gucci store. You know they gonna get that. You know they gonna get that Gucci store.
Charlie David. The 4 is at, I have that here. Hold on 1 second.
You know they going to that Gucci store.
By the Macy's, State Washington.
Right, not park properly, yeah. Yeah, it is. But these are our children, people. These are our children. The ones that the government don't want us disciplined. The government don't want us to have control of our own household. And this is what we get. Them young generation, they ain't going, people. They're not going. They're not going. Yeah. So I'm gonna get off line, people. I'm gonna give me something to eat. Oh, that PayPal, listen. Just crime chasing. That's all you gotta do. Hashtag crime chasing. You ain't gotta make it all caps. It's crime. That's my PayPal, my Cash App.
This protest about 2 blocks away, and there's a lot of police presence as things between police and protesters have turned violent and marched.
Police violence needs to stop.
That's their message. These protests erupting after George Floyd, an African-American, died while in police custody in Minneapolis.
I've been victim of it myself. It's just become so normal. You kind of zone it out, but I'm glad everyone is here and taking a stand.
The mother of Marley Graham speaking out.
8 years later, I still ain't get justice for my son.
Her son shot in his bathroom by an NYPD officer back in 2012. For him and so many others, thousands taking to the streets.
If I don't stand here and support Black people, I'm part of the problem.
Mostly peaceful, but officers and protesters face to face and a turn of events. Half a dozen in custody here, some resisting arrest.
I was in the protests yesterday, and I can tell you that there was a lot of violence coming from NYPD that was not provoked by protesters.
And that was Eyewitness News reporter Naveen Dhaliwal reporting. We have been watching the protest tonight from the ground and from the air.
John Del Giorno has been in Newscopter 7 all night. He's live over Union Square. What are you seeing now, John?
I am seeing violence, Sandra. These are live pictures from Newscopter 7 in Union Square. And I was preparing this report, ready to tell you that this was as quiet and calm as things had been in about an hour. And then suddenly things have flared up again here on the southeast corner of Union Square Park. You can see police and protesters confronting each other once again. This is what we've been seeing all afternoon here at Union Square. What started as a peaceful protest around the neighborhood came back here and got confrontational. You saw the protesters square off with the police, testing the limits of the police restraint. We saw police shove protesters down to the ground, which is what you're seeing here. We also saw those protesters
Mob, I see you with the little coverage, man. It's cracking down here.
I see. Hold on.
They got everything blocked off.
Yeah, what you say going on, y'all know? Up there?
I said they got it blocked off right when we, from like when you go over to like 19th Street to 20th Street, right where the project start.
Yeah.
They got all that shit blocked off. They done hit up Magnificent Mile, they done hit that bitch up. And because I'm watching the Crime Chaser dude, and they showing it's been a couple of shootings. They done let about 3 police cars on fire. So
shit crazy.
Everybody talking that shit, but you should have known niggas was gonna try to bust a move. They ain't fucking the hood up though.
Oh yeah, I ain't in that motherfucker.
Exactly.
You should have known, boy. That got low end written all over
Don't do
it. It do shit. Niggas that what? We running through downtown. What? 12th and Roosevelt, all that shit right there, bro.
Fucking no. It's everywhere though. I want people to know it ain't just Chicago, it's Atlanta, DC.
LA, I seen LA. Shit, LA going crazy though. They going at the police.
Boy, they know for this shit. This ain't nothing new.
Yeah, right, exactly. This shit crazy.
Yeah.
Well, today. Started off looking at the present situation. What's the thoughts? What's the feel? Do you have an opinion on this, or do you wish this shit would just stop? What's the word?
I don't know what you seeing. What you seeing out there? What you hearing?
Basically, I'm seeing a mutual agreement with the young and the old. You know, a lot of people saying that shit ain't right, but everybody's saying fuck it, send it up.
Yeah, I'm saying a lot of that. I'm saying a lot of we tired. Fuck this shit.
Right. You know, people. I'm talking about just even off the personal conversations that I had, just checking on the family, making sure motherfuckers put the fuck up. You know, I'm just watching just this shit unfold. And shit, motherfuckers ain't. I think it's gonna progress though. I think in most cities it's not gonna be like the same. I think possibly Minnesota gonna be then calmed down, but like this city and other cities, I think it's gonna progress.
You think this by design, or you think this just happening organically on its own?
I think it's more so a designing thing. Just like I seen on there's a couple of videos of a white dude walking around. He got the painter's mask on with a hood and a black umbrella. You know, he just broke out the windows of AutoZone. Before that, it was no footage of anybody breaking into anything. You see what I'm saying? So once that shit, huh?
No, I saying you talking about when he was going with the hammer hitting the windows.
Right, and dude walked up on him like, "Man, what is you doing?" Woo, woo. But then they show a couple of footage of dude later, and him and dude walking hand in hand.
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
So you know, yes, I think this is a part of the move to enforce martial law and gain control. You have to destroy before you build again. So, and I heard that shit from fella. You feel me? So it makes sense.
It's happening right in front of us. You got two major cities, they announcing curfew at the same time, simultaneously. Chicago and Atlanta. I don't know if Miss Lori and Keisha kick it, but they show was in group text and they said, "Fuck it, we shutting it down."
I mean, I get a mayor props. You know what I'm saying? Even if it is propaganda or a distraction ploy, but shit, she the first mayor I ever seen or heard in history say "F you" to Donald Trump on live TV.
Man, I felt it was okay. I get it. I felt good for 5 minutes, but come on, man.
I said it could be a distraction ploy. You never know.
Yeah, because at the same time, she's gonna turn around and yeah.
You feel me? Because you have to do what you have to fall in line. You know, Miss Larry Lightfoot, man, she cracking it out.
Hey, have fun now. Cause she finna violate motherfuckers' constitution in the morning.
I was just looking on Facebook, and it was a dude on there say, man, if you looting, you better make sure you got on long sleeves, cover your tattoos, put your mask on, because they go cuff. Basically, what he's saying, when the shit all said and done, they coming for you, homie.
Yeah,
for real.
They gonna try.
Whoever they catch, they gonna tie a rocket to their head. Just to set an example.
Shit, they finna do it to the whole city. Everybody in trouble. Motherfucker ain't got nothing to do with it. Yeah, you in trouble. Everybody in trouble.
Because if they're enforcing curfew laws, that means anybody that's outside that normally would be outside, people, I think certain officers is going to use that as an excuse to, you know what I'm saying, rouse them or what is it, stop and frisk, all of these different things. Like it's like earlier today I was going, you know, to and fro about my business, but I seen at least 3 roadblocks, bro, to the point where we had to change our direction. You know,
This on
so
the south. This on the south side of Chicago.
it was 2 on the south side of Chicago, and there was 1 on the east side of Chicago.
That shit is crazy.
You know, because I'm coming from east and I'm going south. We had to change our little route because they was blocking that shit. Like, ain't no getting this way. But I told you a long time ago, Chicago is a segregated city. Like, it's easier to shut this city down than most. You know what I'm saying? So people don't understand. I ain't gonna say people don't understand. I think some people might overlook that thought. But you look, everybody got their designated place: Chinatown, Greektown, you know, Inglewood. Then you go to certain spots, and it's Hot Park. It's like it's all segregated. Far as I think, the money that you make, or where you know live in the property, how the property value goes.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely segregated: poor, middle class, rich.
Exactly. But the way the locations are made, the way you can one side is the low end, then you cross the other side and it's Chinatown. You see what I'm saying? It ain't nothing but a road that's stopping them, and basically the E-way take you to all different sites. So if they shut that down shit, they got it under control.
For how long? Shit, I'm trying to see if the people. It seems like people are restless now. This shit is crazy.
Yeah, but it was predicted though. It was like it's only so much a person can take. I looked at wasn't that Kaepernick's comment. You know, first sign of injustice, the first reaction to injustice is to revolt. You know, so if we got so many people that's not in the right frame of mind, and they got access to certain guns and all kind of shit, it's gonna eventually erupt, bro.
Why not though? That's my thing. There's plenty
It's
more.
common. But if you got to look at it. People been locked in their houses. A lot of money ain't been being made. It's a lot of frustration built up. And right when I think we had, what is it, stage 3 to reopen the city, right when that shit happens. First it was it Houston, then it was Florida, then it was Atlanta, now Chicago. Right when they start to open the city up, this shit happened. So something ain't right.
Democratic cities at that. Let's keep that in mind.
True. But I like I was saying, it was only so long people was gonna be able to sit in the house without. It's like you got an animal, man. After a while, if he ain't able to eat and he used to the taste of meat, he gonna turn in his own kind.
It was 90 degrees out there today, wasn't
it? Nah. It was more breezy. The prior days were hotter than today.
It's crazy. I'm just watching. I don't know if you're watching it, but yeah, it don't look like it's no curfew, man.
That shit was they said at 8 o'clock it was gonna be implemented at 9, and shit, it's 10:19.
As of right now, I'm watching a bike club go down the great.
People still moving back and forth in the street, but shit, you get caught in the middle of that shit, ain't nobody to blame but you.
I think from what they saying and what's really going on, it's a difference. I tell people that all the time. A curfew is just a notice, man. That's it. You can't create law in 4 hours.
True.
She not the governor.
The only way. But if you look at it, right, all these different cities have their own personal like stations where the army is. Like in Chicago, I think it's what is it, like 56 in state where the park is.
But do you know who's in control of that army? It's not Miss Blackfoot. It's the governor. He is the president. He's the president of that nation state, excuse me, or that state, corporate state, whatever you want to call it. They gotta go through him. She controlled the municipality. She controlled the CPD, fire department. That's it, man.
Well, it's on that. So all we basically can see is, I mean, sit back and wait on the outcome. But this is definitely history in the making, man. Whether it was designed that way is in process right now. So
damn, man. I don't know. I never seen them let motherfuckers test shit up like this. This is crazy.
yeah, but it's a part, and that part I think is a part of a bigger design. Because they can stop this shit if they wanted to, man. I don't care what nobody say.
Niggas out here doing tricks on bikes.
Yeah, man, like motherfuckers outside, bro. Hold on. Yeah, I had to take time out, man. Look out the window. Shit. I'm looking at the footage on the video. I had to see outside.
What is looking like on your end?
I mean, it's light traffic, but it's too calm for me.
I know, right? Calm before the storm.
Yeah, I ain't gonna wish that, cause shit, like I say, I'm actually living in it. But yeah,
but shit, like I say, this ain't just Chicago. This is everywhere, man. This shit is, yeah.
I can say that the people that I have seen have been more people of Hispanic descent and different. It was more of them than I seen black people doing shit. You know.
As far as what being active and
yeah, kicking it off. As far as the riot, you seen people throwing shit in. I don't see too many black people doing it.
I had a line guy I was talking to earlier. He like the way he was talking to me, like, you don't know what's going on. You ain't getting ready to get down there, nigga. Like,
fuck that. You better stay in
if
the
I see you, I'm gonna put you in.
You say what now?
Gib, you in the building? What's up?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? You guys hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh no, I just finished a live. I was like, I seen you guys was live. I said I'll come over here and talk to them a little bit about what's going on.
Man, I appreciate it. Where you calling from, Gib?
I'm in Maryland, right outside DC.
Man, this is crazy. How's it looking?
Oh, I'm in the suburbs. It's safe. I'm cool. Good. Yeah, we chilling out here. But I was interested in what's going on in DC, but they got it blacked out. You can't. They're not showing you what's happening in DC right now.
This is crazy.
Yeah, they can't. I mean, it's really a smack to the whole nation if DC is being shown fucked up. You know.
And it's strategic too, because it's like you can pretty much watch the news feed and figure out how to attack the police.
Come on.
So that's why they got it blacked out. They don't want to show people, well, this is where the weakness is.
It is. But I was asking Mr. Witt, what do we go after? What do we go after this? What is after this?
Nobody is even thinking of that, in my opinion.
Yeah. And see, that's the question. That's the question I was asking when I was on the show. You know, what's justice and how does it get served so people can go home? Yeah. I mean, everyone probably has a different idea about what justice means for them.
Right.
So, you know, without any real leadership or direction, you're left to figure out how long is it going to take for the people to get tired and just say, I'm going to go home.
Exactly. They're just waiting it out at this point. Just them niggas will get tired.
Yeah, that's how it is. I mean, you can't do it forever. I mean, they're only going to let you tear it up for so long before they start shooting back and pushing back.
Exactly. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I just said right before you jumped on the live.
Yeah.
They are equipped with first of all, with all the terrorist shit that was going on about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
The threat, they were equipping themselves then. So they are equipped to shut this shit down right now if they want to. So it must be something that's holding them at bay. And like he just said, it's only so long before they start shooting back.
See, I'll tell you what it is. I'm not gonna tell you what it is. I'm tell you what my opinion is. the citizens are free to protest, and the government can't use force against them. No more than a man can come home and punch his wife in the face because she screwed up.
Come on.
He has to allow her, even though he's got the power, to voice her opinion and speak up, even though he's bigger, stronger, and can stop her. As soon as he uses his force, she has all the power. She has the empathy of everyone around. Everyone's going to help her. So the government has to show restraint. They have to hold back until they say, hey, look, we tried. We tried to work with
Right,
them.
but at the same time, that's basically like saying it in layman's terms. Shit, I'm gonna let you hang yourself.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what it is.
But let's not forget the world is watching. The world is watching.
Yeah. Oh, did you guys see what China said?
No, what they say? I didn't see it.
You know, Trump has been basically aiming his while all this shit is going on. I think, in my opinion, distracting us. He said, you know, he's cutting off, you know, sanctions with them. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So now,
I did see that.
their response on a tweet, believe it or not, these fucking politicians are tweeting. You know what I'm saying? And she said that she just jumped out one statement and said, "I can't breathe."
Oh shit!
Look around. Look around in your room where you're at right now. Everything was created in Asia. Everything.
Yeah. Oh
yeah.
That's why she can't breathe.
But if you
Who the fuck is finna build it?
But if you notice, when he first started on his first term, when he first came out, he was saying that he was trying to cut that off to bring the jobs and shit back to America.
I understand that, Mob. They making these devices for 10 cents on the dollar.
Right.
Yeah. I see nobody raising their hand to do that job. Nobody.
No. People are raising their hand to do the job, just not what they're going to pay for it.
Oh,
so,
exactly.
So now the devices are more expensive. All type of crazy shit, man.
Like I used to work for Bose, right? I worked for Bose in Columbia, South Carolina. They moved from Massachusetts to South Carolina because it was cheaper. When they got it set up in South Carolina, they were setting up a plant in Mexico. So they sent people from South Carolina to Mexico to help them get set up. And before they even got the Mexico plant set up, they'd already had another plant in Southeast Asia. So they're just working their way to cheaper labor. That's capitalism.
Okay, well, to update on the present situation, I thought it was just down there, but it's official. It's reached the hood because I hear the shots and I hear the siren.
Where are you both the guys in Chicago?
No, I'm only one in Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah, but at first it was just, you know, concentrated in downtown area of Chicago.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be wild if the police force is pulled to protesters and they can't really police. Oh man, it's gonna be a free for all.
Exactly. That's my point. Come on, man. That's what I've been, bro. That's what I've been saying. Like, it's the oldest trick in the book. Like on the 4th of July, right? You set off some fireworks to throw off the gun sounds.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? If they know that they are in distress, if they know they're calling out, but the powers that be know this shit too. So they basically trying to enforce a martial law thing. Like you said, give a person enough rope to hang themselves, man.
Yeah, I was watching the video in Atlanta, right? The people are fighting against the police. They're fighting the police, right? They're throwing stuff at them, and the police start shooting back. They're shooting rubber bullets. Right. Yeah. So a person gets shot with a rubber bullet, and you see them. They just drop. They just drop in the middle of the crowd. Now the people who are watching are calling for help. Who are going to help them?
Exactly.
It's like the police guy. Who's going to help you right now? The police? They'll say so. They just picked them up and carried them to the back. But I mean, if they're really hurt, what the hell is they going to do?
Nothing you can do because the hospitals are already overrun by coronavirus victims. I mean,
hospitals are closed. The roads are closed. They can't get a fire truck. So of course they can't get an ambulance.
So, but I told you in the first interview that we ever did, I said, if you ain't got your shit right, you better start growing a garden and getting you some guns, man. I told you.
Well, I'm not growing a garden, but I'm getting my armory together.
But you gotta understand, like Killer Mike said in I think it was an interview with, I don't know, I forget which one, but basically what he was saying is if you look at all these other races, they're more self-efficient than we are at this moment.
Very true.
They teach their kids how to hunt. They teach their kids how to grow food. They teach their kids basically at home in certain areas that they're what we would consider as schools is just like a tribunal. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't even really go too far. It's not too many people in these towns, so they stick to themselves. How many people you know how to hunt and get food? Like if basically the whole concept of chicken throws me the fuck off because everybody and their mama love chicken and it ain't that many goddamn chickens in the world. I'll just leave that there. See what I'm saying? But if they say, because right now with that corona shit, they stopped certain meats from flowing like it was, you know? Like they shut down the certain pork in the slaughterhouses because that's how it is in Chicago. They got like a slaughterhouse on 47th, I think 45th. But that's really where all our meat comes from. So if they shutting certain meats down and certain people can't get to it, how the fuck you gonna eat?
Yeah, it's gonna be. Listen, I was out there. I never buy frozen food ever. I never buy frozen food. And when this shit first started happening, I was like, that's all that's left. I guess we getting frozen pizza. We get some of these damn burritos.
Exactly.
Just in case.
If you go back to down south, because when we were younger, we used to I got family down there, a lot of families, so to speak. So we would go down there for summers on end, you know, like year after year after year. Like they eat off their own land, bro.
Yeah, if it's possible,
Yeah, if it is. But beyond that, I want to stick to what you were saying. In the South, they're governing themselves as well, whether they white, black, brown, whatever. They're governing themselves. We got a problem with that up north a lot.
Because the more you jump away from the basic values and the basic traditions with mass quantities of people, it get diluted, just like in the grapevine. If I tell you something right now, by the time it reached the person that we both talking about, that shit would be then transformed into something else.
But I think what you said was right though. But I think it's with the people. Like, like I lived in Columbia, South Carolina. You could do whatever the hell you wanted, for the most part, because your neighbors weren't that close to you. You wanted to paint your house a different color or put a big ass shed up, you could do it.
Do that.
But you live in the HOA, you can't. Your neighbor's right there, they're going to complain. There's someone else that's got, even though it's your land, someone else got some power over you. I'm sorry, go ahead.
So imagine how it is in places like Chicago and, well, I'll just say Chicago because I can only give my perspective, but people are stacked on top of people. In certain areas, which were dominated by whites at one point, it's more homes. Even though they all look alike, you get lost, but it's a separation. But in certain black areas, that's notorious and known for crime and all that shit, people was living on top of each other, bro. It's a difference from having your neighbor on either side than over and under you.
Right.
But like he said, HOA, he who owns the most condos makes the rules. We got to start getting into that.
Pangea is concerned in Chicago is Pangea.
Shit, we got to own it, man. That's it. Got to start owning it. That's my solution to it. What you think? Yeah, what you got? Solution talk. What solutions you got?
Well, I think the first solution, right, that anybody can have is that they're gonna fix themselves. So, like before you can start looking external and pointing out what the problems are outside, you got to build yourself up. So. If that means, you get educated, or that means you learn a skill, or if you just become a good worker, or you become a business owner and you learn how to run your own business, whatever that thing is that makes you a better person, a better citizen, that you can bring something of value to society versus taking from. And I think the second thing is raising a family, raising your children to be better than you were. So you've made your mistakes and you learn from your mistakes. And now you make it so they don't have to hop over those hurdles no more. So they're further ahead in the race than you were when you started. I think a lot of times we want our kids to start from the same place we started from. And the reasoning we say is, well, that's how it was when I was a kid. But I don't feel that way. I think that we need to have our kids. I want my kid to have a 20-yard head start, and then their kids will have a 20-yard head start. And then before you know it, it'll be like Donald Trump, where you have a kid and he's born rich, and you're like, what the hell?
I totally agree with you. But along the way, along the way with what you said, because it's all true, right? But we also had another conversation when I was saying something similar, and fella was like, "Man, people ain't trying to hear that shit." You know, there's certain people that will, and certain people that won't. So, do we push forward with that notion that you just brought up with the people that's with us? But what about it's a lot of people that ain't with that? You see what I'm saying? A lot of people don't understand when you come to them with a solution that's basically making a hell of a lot of sense. They're still straight from it with pride, talking about you can't tell me how to run my household.
You guys know the Serenity Prayer?
Yeah, but recite it for the viewers.
Serenity Prayer. It was Lord, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference.
Yeah.
Right. So I believe that I can't fix everybody. I can't go in your house and fix your house. I can't make you be a better person, right? But I believe that I have the power to fix my house. And if I can compel my neighbor, let's say, like, this is what I talk about all the time, right? I used to say, you can fix the Black community one house at a time. One person agrees that this is how I'm going to live. I'm going to make sure my property is clean. I'm going to make sure my kids act the right way. I'm not going to let people sell drugs in my house or do any, criminal activity in my house. And then you get one neighbor on one side to agree. If you and this neighbor agree, now that's two people. Now, if you can get the neighbor on the other side to agree, now you got four people, and you can just build like that. You don't have to go and try to fix everybody, but if you can slowly get people to build a union to where they believe in the same principles and the same morals. Right now, we don't have a code. We don't all believe the same thing. So you might think it's okay to sell drugs and to do crime because the system is against us. I might say, well, I don't want to live in a dangerous community, so I don't want crime and drugs in my neighborhood. Now we have conflict. We have to come to some kind of resolution agreement. So if you can work with the people that are closest to you and build from there, you can get a union. And once you get enough people together, you have the power to be able to stand up against those who oppose your viewpoint. If you really want to make it better. But it starts with you. It starts with you.
Exactly. I totally agree with him, man. I mean, if you was running for office, I'll vote shit.
It's no one would vote for the person who says, hey, you know how to fix your problems? Fix yourself.
Exactly.
Nobody voted for that guy.
Exactly. Because if they actually knew how to fix them, there wouldn't be a fucking problem.
Once you recognize you have a problem, you can fix it. Most people
exactly,
don't even know
but
they
you
have
first, right? I was just getting ready to say you first have to admit it in order for change. You know, you can't expect change and you going along the way doing the same shit. That's like by definition insanity.
Yo, I didn't realize that my philosophy was wrong about life until I saw other people that was the same age as me doing way better than me. They was Black like me. They had the same amount of education as me. We no college degree, nothing like that. But I was like, how the hell you got a house? How you got a new car? And then instead of talking to people who didn't have and agreeing that the system is against us, I talked to people who did have and say, well, how did you get here? And follow them. Because the other people didn't know where they was going. They're wandering in the wilderness.
Basically.
And you asking people that know nothing about money. You asking people that know nothing about, you know what I mean? Come on, man.
But to really like sew it all together, you have to have a notion, you have to have an inkling of love in you. Now, if you don't have that, and what I mean by that, you first must love yourself. If you love yourself, you'll find ways to change yourself for the better. Because you're steady noticing I ain't gonna say imperfections, but I'll say the wrong in you. You know, because you're searching for a better place. You love yourself. You're paying attention to yourself more. So if you love yourself within, see what KRS said, third dimension is up, down, left, right, back, forward. But nobody really pays attention to the in and out. Right. You see what I'm saying? So if you really care for yourself, then that will make you, I think, once again, through energy and get on a certain frequency that you will reach out to somebody else. That's basically the difference, in my opinion, from a leader and a boss.
Right.
You see, a boss wants to keep you at a certain level so he can keep feeding off you, because the more work you do, the less he have to.
Yep.
But a leader,
everybody's not gonna be a boss though. We gotta agree.
But everybody, if you listen to them, they'll give you a boss answer instead of a leader answer because they don't love themselves first.
Right.
The wise man told me, in order to find something, you got to go outside your realm because you never know what you might find.
See, the thing about being a leader, right, is that versus being the boss. Like to be a boss means you're in charge. Someone has given you some authority. Either you own the business, so you can tell them what to do, or someone else over you has told you, well, you're in charge of them, so you go tell them what to do. But a leader is a person that gets people to do things that they have to do, and that do things that are best for more than just themselves. So, how do you get people to do that? How do you get people to agree that this is what's in best interest of us? I don't spank my kids. I don't yell at my kids. I try to speak to them with logic because I want them to do the right thing when I'm not looking. So I try to teach them the right way to do it, and teach them why it should be done this way. So instead of them saying, if I don't do it like this, I'm gonna get beat or I'm gonna get yelled at, they say I need to do it this way because, well, if we don't clean up after the dog, the backyard is gonna be shitty. Right? so we got to clean the dog shit up. We can't just let it fester. Right now, I'll be mad if they don't do it, but I want them to understand the reason why, and hopefully, through logic, they'll agree that yes, I don't want to go out and step in dog shit either.
But to have that notion, like I'm totally with it, because me and my brother sound damn near the same. It's just that I pay attention to, I'm a solution-based person. Like I don't just jump off the damn porch on impulse. I try to think before I move because I was raised by people that you're speaking that think and take the same ideology or the same beliefs in which you speak.
Right.
So I was, among a lot of brothers that I hung with think like this. Don't get me wrong. We had our fair share of mistakes and stumbles, but at the same time, after a while, you're going to keep bumping your head into the wall, or you're going to look over to your left and find out that it's a gate. You know what I'm saying? So where we are, how much poverty it is, one mistake can cost you everything.
Right.
So with that notion, it's like, okay, yeah, I want them to learn, but if you're around, like Sister Nisha said, if you're around a bunch of people that think and act like predators, then how can you prevail? Either you're gonna get down or you're gonna become food. You see what I'm saying? So
it's a gray area though, Wick, because it's like he said, I want them to think with logic and not always in
but
fear.
how can you think with logic when you're dealing with an illogical situation? What I'm basically saying is he's right, but to know our enemy, once again, like Pretty Nerve said, to know our enemy is is the way to win. So understand that we're fighting an uphill battle as soon as we start this shit. So it's a commitment that's gonna take us through a lot of trials and tribulations. But are we willing to see it through?
Well, it's not.
That's the thing.
The thing is that it's not. There isn't a quick resolution to it.
Exactly.
And maybe everyone's not in the long game, right? Like I've decided I'm in the long game. Like I used to be like, I'm probably not going to live to be 40 because there's not a lot of old men in my family. My brother died at 39. I think my father was like 51 or 52 when he passed away, right? So I'm like, I'm probably not going to live to be that old. And now
I speak life. Go ahead.
But now I'm like, I'm probably going to live to be an old ass fucking man. Like life is long and I'm probably going to live it a long time. So I can't keep making decisions as if I don't have a long time to go. And I think that a lot of young brothers, like especially guys I spoke to from Chicago, they had the idea that, well, if I make it to 25, that's a blessing. I probably won't make it to 25. And then all of a sudden they're 30. And it's like, well, shit, you wasted 25 years not thinking you were even going to get there. Now what? You didn't, no planning or nothing. And now you're here.
But at the same time, you done made real life decisions. You done had a family with that saying, let me hurry up and pass my blood on before I'm gone. Mm-hmm. Now you got kids depending on your next move and you're stuck and confused. Right. So if somebody is not there just giving you information, but actually giving you something tangible that you can produce because you come from a mindset of living for today. Mm-hmm. So if a motherfucker can't do nothing to change your life today, why the fuck am I listening to you? even though you say it, like I feel that shit deep down in my heart and my spirit that you're right, but shit, calm man ain't finna wait. People's gas ain't finna wait. My kids want this shit now. That's what I say. It's like a fighting an uphill battle. Not saying don't go forward and fight it, but pick up your sword and your motherfucking shield like 300 and know that we might not make it out of this bitch. That's why I said in the beginning in another interview, like, do you know in order to be the leader or the figurehead or whatever whatever you may call it, king, pharaoh, whatever, do you know the life expectancy of that person is not long?
Right. Yeah. I agree.
And
Stress.
Yeah, but it's stress coming from shit that you overlook trying to reach that title.
Yeah.
Like we all seen Paid in Full, right?
Mm-hmm.
What Rico say, man, when he was trying to check him about Kermit? He's like, man, look, I fuck with y'all because I fuck with y'all. You know what I'm saying? But everybody want to be the man just cause.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So if you're there and you up on point, you understand that, but you have to deliver your message. You have to have courage in order to, just like I'm basically saying, blind faith, in order to know that what you feeling is true. And the man that stands firm and sees it through, that's what's going to be the change. We wouldn't have never gave a fuck about Malcolm X if he didn't have that mindset. We never would have gave a fuck about Martin Luther King if he didn't never have that mindset. Now these are the very few people we know of black people. It was many more that most schools don't, you know what I'm saying, focus on. But the very few that we do have, that was the mindset.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So
not to get away from this point, I think what he was first saying, shit, we need to start at home. All of these things need to start at home first. We need to be king, emperor, pharaoh at home.
But how, when we are three strong black brothers that are saying this, when the average house don't have one in them?
Right, you're right. Hey, listen, right. This is I'm gonna tell you something else I learned right when I was a young guy. This is an older guy told me this. He was probably about 40. I was probably like in my early 20s. And he was talking about how he joined the military. He was poor from North Carolina, didn't have nothing, couldn't go to college. Joined the military, and his idea was that I'm going to take the L, right? I'm not going to be rich. I'm not going to get anything right. I'm just doing this so I can provide so that they can have a better. The same idea of giving your kids a head start and giving them a better path. If you were born in poverty, the likelihood of you ascending to some higher level is not likely unless you made some miraculous step in your life. If you're just a worker, you're just like I'm just an average worker. Like that's going to be my lot in life. I'm hoping that my kids can take it further. Like I just have to accept that that's where I'm going to be. Now I don't have to be less than, if my idea is that I'm going to play the short game so I can try to get rich fast or change my circumstance immediately, I'm probably going to fail. So I have to play the long game. For me, play the long game, and hopefully I can see the fruits of my labor in my children.
Basically, because the object of everything is first and foremost survival.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to you, fella, and I'm talking to you, Gib. Like, we both are saying the right thing. See how we're three different people, but we coming up with solution-based answers, and we are in agreement. Now, how do you implement it? You said, certain strategic ways, but how do we reach the certain demographic that shuts down? Like they say, you want to have something from a nigga, put it in the book. You see some certain shit, and they just choose not to accept it, and everybody is leaning towards being dumb. And I don't give a fuck. I might get crucified for it, but so be it. I'm willing to step up. Everybody is cool to be fucking stupid now.
It is.
We listen to the music that we hear. We look at the talk shows. We look at our president, and the shit that he say is all in awe. We like, what the fuck? Like, I know this man is gonna get taken down, but they never fucking do. So now that trickles down to the household, because most people don't go outside like when we were little and play in the alley on the crates and go 5 blocks down and still hang out. Motherfucker be in the crib on their devices.
Right.
So all they see is what we seeing right now with these riots and all of that. So they're living that energy. They're living that visual. That's why I say it's an uphill battle. These things like us getting on here and talking, even if we reach 1 or 2 people, the seed has already been planted. You see what I'm saying?
And see, the whole point is that, right? Is that what is your influence? What is your area of influence? Like my area of influence, who can I control and compel? Well, if I had a huge following, I could compel those people. I would have influence over them by being able to tell them what my philosophy is, and if they agree, they'll follow. But right now, my area of influence is really small, like my children, right? So,
right. So you got to start there.
So I use my influence where I can, and I don't worry about where I can't. Now I talk all the time. I talk to anyone that'll listen, and people who agree or who like what I say, they'll say that's a good idea. Tell me more. But other people, they might, they don't give a shit because it requires them to do something and not someone to do something for them.
And we are basically a visual, as far as the male structure, it's a visual thing. So if I see the mass majority doing this, even though it might have took 5 or 6 years to do what you're actually saying do, then they'll turn around and they'll try to join and do certain things, But how long in your life did it take you to understand, like you said in the beginning, you didn't think this until you got around certain people? What age did it hit you the most where you figured that, okay, this is not going well for me. I would rather do it this way or look for something else?
I was 21. I was 21. So I joined the military when I was 18, and I'd been in 4 years, and I didn't get promoted. I was E4 and I couldn't get promoted, and all of my friends got promoted around me. And I was like, what the fuck? And they was like, oh, we study. You take a test to get promoted in the Navy, right? Well, these guys are studying, but we still go out and have fun. I'm thinking that they're doing the same thing I'm doing, just being jackasses and not studying, not trying, not caring. Well, they did care. So I got left behind. And then and then when I changed ships, I went to a different ship. I just changed my whole mindset because I was like, clearly I was doing it wrong. So when I went to my next ship, I was like, I became a more studious person. I became more serious, and I also became more personable. Because I used to be kind of like I'm big, so I would just be like big and mean looking. I wouldn't talk to anybody, and I decided to be more personable and talk to more people outside of just black people. And from there, my area of influence, the people who were influencing me started to change, and I started to see, but there's another way. There's more ways to live versus the way that I've been raised in the community that I congregated in.
But it was outside of your element, which you received that notion because you had to have that exposure.
Right.
You said the military, right? How many brothers nowadays take that leap of faith?
Listen, we can go back and forth with that all day.
I'm with him. I'm saying it wrong, but what I'm trying to say is this: I'm totally with him. But if he's a military brother, then you would understand that it must be strategic moves that we must make. You see what I'm saying? And his job is to pass along that, that seed. He said right then, because I listen very well. He said, I'll talk to anyone that will listen. You see what I'm saying? So my job is to try to get somebody to come along and say, okay, well, why don't you check this brother out? Because we share the same understanding, and that's what I want people to take from this. Like, it takes a village, so to speak.
It does, but we gotta be sensible, think with logic. Like, we talking about politics. Well, we wasn't talking about politics. I want to bring politics into it. We vote against our interests. The majority of us vote against our interests. We go Democrat because that's what we grew up doing. Oh, I'm blue. I'm team blue.
Yeah.
My grandma was blue. My mom was blue. I'm blue.
Fuck it. We smurfing it up.
Team blue does nothing for the neighborhood. Nothing. Walk up and down, shake your hand, pass the smile and all that. We get nothing from them. Look at the streets. I can show the newsreel now. That's what's going on in democratic cities and states. You get what I'm saying? Like, Mr. Witt, you change your mind, you change your life. This is beyond just colors, and that's what he's saying. That's what I hear when he talks.
Yeah. I'm hearing that too. I'm not, like I say, I don't want to mislead nobody and seem like I'm in disagreement with the brother. I'm asking strategic questions because it might be somebody that receives the information that we're delivering, wanting that question to be asked.
Nah, I want the same thing, but I think you want more of a group thing, and I want pockets of this. So where he had in Maryland, correct?
Yeah, I'm in Maryland.
He can be the head of what they doing in Maryland. He is the perfect candidate for what they doing there. What you want to do where you at, that's what you do where you are.
True.
Perspective. What you got going on in Chicago is way different than what you got going on in the suburbs of Maryland.
See, I don't think my message spreads well. I think that like I was talking to this guy one time, and I was talking about the work that I do and how I got into the work that I do, blah blah. And he was like, "Well, how can I get into your kind of business? How can I make fun of you?" And I'm like, "Well, what skills do you have? What are you interested in? Like what education do you have?" He's like, I don't got none." I said, "What are you good at? What you like to do?" He's like, "I like to bust my gun."
What?
That's like, all right, way. Wow. No, that's not a marketable skill. You know what I'm saying? People aren't really paying for that unless you're an assassin or a mercenary. No, people aren't really paying for you to bust your gun. So right. It's like it takes, you have to get to a certain level of maturity to even be able to recognize that what I'm saying is the answer. You know what I'm saying? Because the answer isn't, because like you ask people on the street right now that are protesting, what's the answer? To the problem, it's going to be that someone is going to do something for them. Someone is going to give them something. Someone's going to change them.
Something for nothing.
And to me, that's not the answer. Like right now, like when I said what's justice, like what is going to make the citizens go back home? Each one has a reason why they're out there. It's not the same. So each person's idea of justice is different. So you can't just say, well, justice has been served. Everyone has their own idea of what it is. They arrested the guy. The people are still right. They say, oh, yeah. You arrested him. But what about this other person? What about this other crime? What about this other time? What about me?
Or you arrested him and the autopsy says, oh, it was not a death by strangulation.
Right. I mean, there's
because you're like, damn, they tamper with evidence.
How are you going to make the people happy? There has to be a understanding of what justice is and a message that's put out that says this is what justice is. You guys can go home now.
And instead of saying you want to bust your gun, say I want to be the sheriff. I want to be head. I want to be chief of police. I want to be the DA. I want to be the
cool.
I want to be the president. Cool, bro. That's
the cool to be stupid. No, I ain't saying that. I say it's cool to be stupid now. Yeah. If we're raised like you, we basically saying everybody, me, you, and him. We're seeing things in different perspectives, right? We're seeing things in our own views, how we see. Motherfucker can tell you your ears is lying to you, but they can't tell you your eyes is. You know what I'm saying? Just real talk. So if we're seeing shit firsthand and we're living off our own experience, then we're gonna view it different. But by us coming together and just doing this simple shit, it's making it so we can see and hear each other's views and try to build off this alone. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we might view things in a different light, but shit, if we sit at this round table and constantly talk about it, we're gonna come up with a solution some kind of fucking way. You just got to be willing.
But you can see that the views are not that different. I mean, we're all looking for the same thing. It's just, how do you specifically get to where we're all trying to get to? It's going to be different because we all have different needs. We all have different talents and skills and abilities.
Which goes back to you talking about starting at home first.
Right.
And if your mama still with the shit and she don't know no goddamn better. No, I'm really speaking on the shit that makes me think. When he's speaking on certain facts, if it's true, you can't argue with it. So I'm visualizing it and I'm pushing off of it. His message is reaching me. You feel me? But at the same time, it's to the point where
encouraging the crowd to disperse, as you can see. Going.
It's off the visual. I'm saying, well, what about these families that mama ain't trying to hear that shit because she's trying to tell you about her plight and all the things that she's going through just being a single mother alone, while we come in and tell her, well, you should do this and you should do that. You know what I'm saying? We first have to lead, like he said. It took him being around people that wasn't of his culture or wasn't raised the way we were raised, for him to understand, okay, well, I got to put a little bit more effort in. So by us being that, that exposure, that person that has received that exposure, shit, we can just show them we can do it, but they got to see it first, bro.
I don't want you to miss it though, because he also said same people, they was bullshitting together. They had, they having fun together, but guess what? He thinking they just bullshit like him, and he taking care of business.
Yeah.
But do you think that the way he felt and thought was a learned thing, or that was some shit that was passed down to him?
Yeah.
Oh, I can tell you that I probably should have been an A student and probably went to like an Ivy League school or something, but I was hacking off and I was in school because everybody else was. So I wanted to be part of the group because everybody else was like, like I was an athlete, I played sports, but none of the other guys who played sports did good in school. So I was like, well, shit, I'm doing what they do, right? We all in the same club. We all get, marginally okay grades, but no one's really excelling. No one really wanted to stand out. And if you did, or if you were studious, they made fun of you. You were kind of a nerd, you were cornball. But when I joined the military, well, if you knew everything, you got paid more money. So it just took me a little while to figure that out. That, oh shit, if you have all the answers and you do well on the tests, you'll get promoted faster.
So we need the proper motivation then.
Or we just need to have a better understanding. But that's part of being a good worker, right? Like if you're being a good worker, you're a kiss ass or a sellout. People don't like you, right? You don't get along with your other coworkers because they say, oh, he always tries to do the right thing. He probably gonna snitch on us, rat us out. But if you really are serious about your job and you do well at it, well, you will. If you don't learn how to do that job better, it'll put you in a position to do the next job better. Like I can tell you, right? Like I got the military 16 years ago. Every 2 years, I've had a different job. Every 2 years, that job has been better. Every 2 years, I got the military. I took a job for $10 an hour because I wanted to get out so damn bad. I took a job for $10 an hour, and every year my pay has probably doubled. It's been exponential growth, only because I was serious about whatever I was doing. I did well at it and I learned it, and I was able to flip that into the next thing legally. Not, I didn't have to go out and sell drugs or steal from people and try to flip that. I used my ability to learn and my ability to speak to sell myself that I can do whatever it is that they need me to do. And I've used my success in the past as my my resume to show the person, hey, trust me. If you hired me, I'll be able to do what you want me to do. And it has worked out for me.
Awesome. I want to ask you, Gib, was your pops around when you were younger? Not to pry too much, it's just trying to get to a certain point.
And I want to apologize too, because I started off saying your name wrong because the words were small. Could you please give us the correct pronunciation?
The name of my channel is Glib. So my name is Adrian. They call me Glib. Glib, the word glib. Like,
oh, that's an L. Yeah, I'm on my phone. The word small there too. My bad, bro.
I should have put it in caps. Yeah, it means like, glib is like a talkative person. A glib person is probably like a preacher or a used car salesman. Somebody like that. Somebody that can talk you into something or talk you out of something.
Basically. just like
I apologize.
Yeah, like was your pops around the majority of your youth?
Yeah, my parents were married. I was raised with my parents. They were together, but I mean, my father had a drug problem, so he was there, but he wasn't really a good example of what to follow. So the only example he provided was that black men are poor, black men have a hard time in society. That was the example that he set for me.
I think you're trying to find some chinks in your armor, man, but the whole time.
Nah, man, I ain't chinking nobody, man. I'm supporting the brother.
And you pulled yourself up. It can happen.
Right. But my point, it wasn't me poking no chinks. It was the point of you wanting something better. He spoke of his kids earlier. You know what I'm saying? It had to be a point where he seen something in his life that he didn't like. So he made it so that his kids will never have to go through that shit. And we have to want better. We can't be cool and comfortable with our present state. If the shit ain't right, it ain't right.
Yeah, but that's exactly it. But that comes from like that serenity prayer is like what is in your realm of control? What can you fix? And 99% of the time, it's something in you. It's either in how you view it or what you did. And most of the time, if you oh damn.
Hello?
Is that me?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I hear an echo.
That's you with?
Yeah. Hold on.
Go ahead. I'm listening. I got him out.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's just how we look at things is part of our problem, and then what we do about it once we realize what the problem is. Like I try to look at things from the perspective of the person, whatever happened wasn't done with an ill intent, and because it wasn't done with ill intent, I don't have anger or rage. It's just what happened.
That's it.
You know, like yeah. That takes a lot of maturity though to get to that. Like that's a mature perspective, because most of the time the person is trying to screw you over.
But you said you was 21 though. Like I think a lot of people gonna hear that and say, "Damn, 21. You asking me, a male, to be mature at 21 and get and understand." What do you say? What do you say about that?
Well, at 21 it was about making money. So I wasn't mature at 21. I just realized that it wasn't to be smart and fail because you didn't try is stupid. So I'm hanging out with people that we all have the same level of intelligence, or maybe I'm smarter than them or not. I don't know, but they're passing the test and I didn't. So that, to me, that's stupid. So once my perspective changed about being smart and trying, well, then I didn't let anyone convince me that not being smart was cool. Like I don't know. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. I'm like when you're in school, no one wants to be the nerd in class. No one wants to be the know-it-all. So most people are in the same pack. We slow ourselves down so we don't get too far ahead of the pack.
Come on. I want self-accountability. I think we get caught in I went to the back of the pack because I ain't want people to see how smart I was. Do we get comfortable? And if we do get comfortable, where's the self-accountability to say, I got to get the ball rolling. I have to.
Yeah, like my daughter, my daughter failed a geometry test, and she said she failed the test because I didn't help her. I was like, well, how the hell does that work? I passed geometry like 20 years ago. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, listen, if you need help, I'll help you. But if you're just gonna wait until the day of the test and then say, hey, I don't know the answers, well, then that's, what I'm saying, you fail. You're just gonna fail.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm back.
Oh, what's up, man? Glad you're back, man. But hey, I want to ask you guys a question. What do you think about letting your kids fail? How do you feel about that?
Fella?
About letting your child, or not letting your kid fail, letting your child have the results of their effort.
I'm with it 100%.
Yeah, we was just actually talking about that earlier.
That's what's so crazy. That is. We was just talking about these same subjects. Yeah,
I'm with the notion of failing or not, seeing what the benefits of trying, but at the same time, we were talking about a certain part of the time we're living in now. Some failures might cost you your life.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like a gray, like you said, gray area, so to speak. I'm kind of torn. You want to let them learn on their own, but it'd be certain shit that you see ahead of time from experience or whatever, divine intervention, whatever you want to say. But kind of like, I don't want them to go through that because it might cost them their life, actually, like literally.
See, I think when I was younger, like I had a lot of success in school because like one I picked this stuff kind of quick, but people looked out for me because I was a good kid. I was quiet. I didn't really cause no trouble. So people like kind of helped me out to kind of get me through, and and it's kind of like I know you guys know Dexter Manley, the guy, the NFL player that couldn't read, made all of it to NFL, was illiterate as fuck. And they were like, how the hell did you go to college for 3 years? And they're like, hey, everyone did this help me. Did this help me? So and I feel like had he been allowed to fail, they would have fixed this problem when he was like in 6th grade. So like my daughters, I try to like compel them to learn, to be studious, and I try to give them the tools they need. But I kind of want them to go through the hardship so they know that it's not so easy and that it requires work. Because if I fill in the gap for them so they always pass, well, then they'll never learn that they actually had to work hard for it until it's too late. Or they may never even learn it at all.
And not the
Hello?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No. I was saying right. I go on finish talking. I was just in agreement.
Yeah. I thought you were about to say something. Talk TV. You about to say something?
No. I was saying basically.
I was in agreement with what you were saying. Oh, okay. It sounds like my mic's messing up. Okay. Can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, Whit. It sounds like your mic's messed up a little bit, Whit.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave it, come back, and maybe it's not me.
Yeah. So what got you on YouTube Talk TV Live? You just woke up one day and said I'm gonna start a channel. I see you got a nice setup over there. Oh shit, it sounds like you dropped out too. I guess it's just me. I guess I'll just talk.
Yo.
Oh, there you go. I can hear you now.
Yeah, I ain't want y'all to stop. I just walked away from the mic for a second. My fault.
Hey, what got you on YouTube? I like your setup over there. I was trying to figure out how to do that with the light like that.
With the what you mean?
How you got like the purple light in the background?
Oh, you mean the man cave thing? Let me tell you.
Yeah. Well, I mean in the color, like because.
Oh yeah, that's just freaking plant light. Yeah, that's
okay. Yeah, I had bought me like a red light bulb. I was trying to do the same thing, but I couldn't get the right effect. And I was just like the hell with it.
Nah. I messed with you. I think I shared your live, didn't I?
What's up?
Didn't I share one of your lives?
I don't know. You could have. I know. Anisha. Anisha shared your link, and I came over with her.
Okay, yeah. I remember that. Okay.
And then so I subscribe. So I just like I a lot of times I miss you guys because you guys come on. I'll be asleep by the time you guys get on.
Man, yeah, that's why I said I gotta switch my times up, man. What made you start?
Well, maybe well, you know what? I was hanging out with Nisha and Black and over in the Facebook group, and I always wanted to do like a talk show. I was really interested in talk radio, listen to talk podcasts, and but even from when I was a little kid, I used to listen to like sports talk 24/7.
Come on.
And then so like the opportunity was there to be able to have a little bit of a fan base, not fan base, but an audience to talk to because I was associated with them.
Oh, okay. I get it.
Because I was already helping them with their channel, and I was already, from their chat, people kind of knew me from over there. So I basically I was like, I'm gonna be like a different world, like you probably remember A Different World, but the Cosby Show used to come on at 8:00. A Different World came on at 8:30.
Yeah.
So I was like, so when their show would go off, I'd go live. And then I just be like, hey, when you guys are finished over here, come over here. And then people start coming over, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that. Yeah,
so that's kind of how I got started. Because in the beginning it's tough, man, because you're talking to yourself.
It is. And that was my thing. What gave you? Well, you already had the confidence, basically. You said you was helping them with their pages, so you already had the confidence. That was my thing. It was just the confidence. Like, man, I gotta do this. Some days I got people that don't want to come on. Like you say, some days you just talking to yourself. How you conquer that?
Yeah, well, I'm still fighting through that now because don't say like I stopped doing it for a while. My audience is much smaller now. So I'm trying to build it back up. But really, it's about if you really want to be on there, you got to just do it. You got to just be like, and then you have to keep talking. You have to keep talking so you can develop what your message is and why you're doing it. That's what I'm trying to feel. Like, that's what I'm developing now is like, why am I talking to people? Why should somebody listen? You know what I'm saying? What's your message and what are you trying to do? And for me, I like talking about news and breaking down, the news of the day, but not necessarily like the hot topics. Like I don't read you like
don't want to be corny.
Entertainment news and that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I like finding like the news stories that are interesting because the world is much smaller now. And you can basically get the news from every city in America every day without leaving your house.
Did you have that concept before coming in, or did you just jump in?
Yeah, that was my original concept and that's still what it is. It's mostly just I try to find some funny stories, some serious stories, and then I try to in some way tie them together so it becomes a conversation. So you get, what I'm saying, that's kind of like for instance, right? I got a couple of stories right now that I kind of got set up. Let me see. I was gonna do a show this week, but I didn't do it because I was kind of tied up. So I found this I found this one story about this woman. Her grandmother died in 2004. She was arrested on Tuesday because she's been collecting Social Security checks for her grandmother. And
okay, go ahead.
So the grandmother died. She stuck her in the freezer, and they just kept collecting the checks. Just kept living life like saying it's cool. Then they used grandmother's Social Security money to buy a new house. They moved the grandmother's refrigerator to the new house. Just kept on living life.
Can we pause for a second? Are we playing guess the race, or you already said the race already?
You can guess the race if you want to. You want to guess the race?
Don't do that.
I can tell you a little more. You want to guess the race?
Nah, don't tell me nah, man. Is you serious?
I didn't say I know. No. Nah, this ain't what I. This is okay. This is a Jewish lady, a Jewish white lady.
Wasn't one of our okay. All right.
Yeah, that was crazy though, because it was like
it's crazy for it to be a white chick. Damn, I didn't.
You know, she got caught. You know, they got caught, right? Because they stopped paying disability for this lady in like 2010. So they purchased a new home, right? They were using disability to pay the mortgage. Then they lost the house
because
right. Okay. So they lost the house, right? When they go in there to take over the house, they find the bones.
Get the fuck out! I've never seen this story. Where do you find your stories? You digging?
I just so this happened in Pennsylvania.
Damn,
out of Pennsylvania, and then check it out, right? So when I found that story, I found another story about a woman who this woman, her neighbor watched somebody run over someone 21 times with a car.
Ah, man, come on, man.
I swear to God. And the woman went outside, right?
You mean to tell me at number 12 she ain't called the police?
No, check it. She was on the phone with the police, right? The woman goes outside. She's on the porch, right? And she hears a commotion because it was two guys and a woman beating the shit out of a guy with some shovels. So they're beating on the guy, right? Then a woman gets in her car, starts running the guy over. I don't know how she counted how many times he got run over. That's the amazing part to me. Like I would have lost count after like 2 or 3. But
so this is like self-defense though.
No, the dude is
not no 21 times.
The witness comes off the porch and she's in the street trying to get the license plate number and she's on the phone with the police and the woman aims the car at her and runs her ass down, hits her, knocks her into the side of a house, backs up, tries to run her over. And when I swear to God, dog, and the woman gets out the car and yells about how the guy was trying to rape her. That's why she did
it. That's the lie, or is that? I'm confused.
The guy's not here to answer, so he.
Let's guess the race on that one.
Open close case.
Okay, you want to guess the race on that one? What do you think?
I say not black.
Here, I'm gonna say not black. What do you think? And what is your name? Talk TV. What's your name? What do you call?
I'm Fella T. I apologize. Yeah, I'm Fella T.
Oh, Fella T. Okay.
I'm going with brown. I got brown all over it.
You going with?
Yeah.
There you go.
This is some low key prejudice shit, though.
That's her right there. I think she's a Pacific Islander.
Come on, it was somewhere around there. Point for effort.
Oh man, this is it's crazy though, because I thought about it. I thought, oh, go ahead. Next story.
Oh no, this is the other chick. The first story I did. This is her.
Oh my God,
that's the first lady.
Did you get
that look about right?
I thought he was gonna say some.
Look at her face. There's no remorse, no nothing, man. Like they look about right.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. If her grandmother was still alive, she'd be like 120 right now. Like her grandmother was old as hell.
But that comes from them just pushing the numbers and not paying attention to the actual thing.
Exactly. Here, this is the lady that got hit by the car here. Put her up on the screen real quick. There you go.
Shit is crazy.
That's what. Hey, check out right. When they did a news report, they blocked out her face. They said she doesn't want to be identified. And then this is the outfit she was wearing, and this was also in the newspaper. How the hell you don't want to be identified and put your picture right in the paper?
They did that shit on purpose.
Yeah, she's an adult, bro.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, put her out there. That's what they did.
Hey, that lady's 26 years old, man.
Get the fuck out of here. On what planet? Get the fuck out of here.
Stress is real.
I tell you what.
I seen it 21. I was counting 19, 20, 21 times. That's crazy.
I see that lady in that wheelchair that was stabbing people.
Oh yeah, I seen the interview after the fact. She was like, "You wouldn't believe the things that they done to me. You parked them wheels right in front of that shit."
What happened? I missed it. What happened?
When they were riding, it was a lady trying to stop the riders, and she was in a wheelchair, kind of heavy set lady, Caucasian, and she was wielding the knife to stop people from doing it, and they put the feet on her ass.
Oh, that was insane. That shit made my day. That shit has tickled me. I've been sharing that meme all day. Different kinds of videos of that. That shit.
But did you also see? This is what I was looking at, right? Right when the coronavirus thing starts to die down and city starts to open back up, you start to see certain shit pop up. It was the sister that they ran in her house and killed her. It was a Arbery case. And then it was this last case with my brother that just gets choked out. But it was other little shit that would pop up on, my media timeline. The woman in Central Park.
Oh, yeah.
How she said
Peter. Nobody's talking about that side of the story.
Right. Like she was blatant. She was blatant with the shit, bro. And if somebody wasn't there to record her, just imagine how far that shit would have went.
But no, to give her credit, I think the argument was about her not having a dog on a leash. So I don't think the dog was used to having a leash on, period. That's why he's probably acting like that.
Yeah, but how did it jump to race quick as fuck?
Yeah.
But why are you taping me? Why are you recording me? I don't know.
But that's the power, though. But that's the power, right? That people have that they'll use over you. Like I want
wait, not to cut you off, but we just want to put them all out there because I got them wrote down. It was a brother doing DoorDash. Did you hear about that?
Oh, no.
It was a brother doing DoorDash, and a white man approached him with his weapon drawn. His woman was in the car because she was assisting him on his job, and she recorded the guy coming up to him like, "What are you doing over here? Why are you following me?" He's like, "I'm not following you. I'm actually, you see the food in my hand." Like he like laughing at the dude the whole time. He got his 40 out.
Yeah.
To the point where he hid behind the wall and act like he was going to fire his gun. Then the police pulled up, and he actually told them he had a gun. Like, there's footage of this whole thing, and he was basically saying that they were following him. That's why he pulled his gun out.
The not the DoorDash guy, but the
That's
other
what
guy.
Yeah, the other guy. The other guy is a white guy. Walked up to the actual DoorDash guy. He's a black brother, tall. I think it was dreads or braids.
Is this his house?
Oh yeah, here it is right here. Here it is right here. Damn.
Yeah. It wasn't a house. It was a building complex, bro. He pulled a Zimmerman. He pulled the Zimmerman on him, man. He was getting ready to put him down.
So you believe like that these are operatives that the government's putting in place, or you think they're jackasses that don't know about it?
Nah, I can say that conspiracy could be true, but it could be 50-50, bro. It could be some strategic shit, but then you got a lot of dumb motherfuckers that see black people and automatically get scared, and they try to make up certain shit just to justify their actions. Now I've seen that with my own 2 eyes.
So what do we now stop moving into the luxury buildings, suburban areas? That's what I'm trying to see. Like, are we separating ourselves?
It's like we don't belong in certain. We don't belong on either side of the spectrum. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna send you a link, and I'm gonna send it to you too, Glib. About it was an old movie, and they were saying the liberals versus the Republicans, and they were saying that you keep on helping these poverty-stricken people, you know that's a bad thing. And he was like, no, we just get the smart ones, right? Mm-hmm. And we use the smart ones to basically direct what's going on with what we want to push forward, and then they'll come back and give us feedback. So after a while, when they reach a certain level of respect or whatever, that the people under them will turn against them, and we really don't fuck with them, so we got them right where we want them.
Yeah, I seen that. I mean,
yeah, I mean, I you know, I put my own little twist on it, but basically that's what the fuck they were saying.
Yeah,
you got to excuse me sometimes, man.
Oh, no, you cool. Hey, I don't think that we should stop living in places. I think I think that we have to have an appropriate response to the stimuli.
Come on,
you know, like for instance, when I was young, right, my neighbor got in a fight with his girlfriend. They fight in the parking lot. I opened my door because I hear this woman screaming. But when I open the door, I see she's hitting him. So I just closed my door, like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Fuck. Like clearly, I don't give a shit about man. Like, oh, he's getting his ass kicked. I don't care. But somebody else called the police, right? They were on the other side of the gate, and they could hear the girl screaming, and they saw me open my door. So when they call the police, they say he went in that place. So the police come, they walk right past them, and they knock on my door.
Get the fuck out of here.
So I open my door, right? And then they're like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, oh, nothing. Now I don't want to be a snitch. I'm like 24, 25. I don't want to be a snitch. So he's like, what's going on? Like they walked right past, they're outside in the parking lot. So I could have just very easily said, oh, they were fighting. I saw it. But I didn't. So he's like, what's going on? Nothing. Oh, we heard there was a guy and a girl fighting. I said, nah, there's nobody fighting over here. He's like, who are you here with? I'm here with my girlfriend. He's like, oh, okay. So now he's talking into his microphone. Then more cops come to the door. Now they're all pushing against the door and they're asking me questions, you know, where I work, what I'm doing, what happened tonight. And I'm like, so she comes out the back. It's like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. She comes out the back. Now they're asking her, hey, you come outside. We want to talk to you. We want to talk to you outside. They want to separate us because that's what they do when there's some type of domestic violence situation, right? So they pull her out. Now I could have easily solved all my problems if I would have just told them it wasn't me that you're looking for. It was that guy who you just walked past. And it took the person who witnessed it to come and say it wasn't a black guy. It was a white guy. For them to walk away. And it was like, but my response to the stimuli was poor because they could have easily just say, you know what, you're being too combative, you're being too argumentative. We're just going to take you away. We don't know who we're looking for. Close enough. It's a man. There's a woman. She's a woman. You're a man.
I think police officers really hate domestic battery calls any damn way.
Yeah. But I think it's the I think what I was saying that I don't know why I even told that particular story, but it's more like If I responded the appropriate way, I would have had no problems. Like Ahmaud Arbery, I've walked through plenty of houses.
Before you go past, could you describe what is the appropriate way in your opinion?
Well, at the age I am now, because I know I'm not breaking any laws or committing any crimes, I just tell them what happened. The cop came up to me and said, "Hey, what happened? What's going on here tonight?" I'd say, "Oh, well, these guys over here were fussing," and I opened the door because I heard her screaming, and then they would say, "Oh, okay, all right, now instead of you being a suspect, you're a witness."
Exactly.
That's the appropriate response. You know, that guy still got arrested, whether I snitched on him or not.
So you went through all. You're saying you went through all that shit for nothing.
Exactly. I wasn't going to stop it. You know, it was going to happen to him.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I think it depends on the circumstance.
Nah, there was someone's going to jail that night. They was out there. They was out there full force. It was raining.
He was damn near going to jail if somebody didn't come out. But yeah,
they was pissed off. Someone was going to jail that night. They was, and the thing about it is that they walked right past them. They walked right past them to go knock on my door.
To a big black brother's door.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty certain that they couldn't. They probably didn't know who was going to be on the other side of that door. This is in Washington State, so it's not likely it's going to be a black guy.
Right.
Very low possibility a black dude's going to answer. But if you got a black guy, you probably got the right house.
So as far as Washington, right? I'm glad you brought that. As far as Washington, right? You know, for a long time, Washington was called Chocolate City.
Washington D.C.
Yeah, right. Washington D.C.
Yeah,
that's what I'm getting at. Where is the cutoff line in Washington? Where, you know, it's that situation where they basically going to predict or think that it would be a brother at the door, or, you know, is it right outside of DC? Is it some parts of DC? Like,
this was outside of Seattle. This is Washington State.
Washington State, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't want to get away from the jewels he was dropping, because basically he's saying, instead of him saying, "Well, I shouldn't have lived in that neighborhood," he's saying, "I should have handled that situation better." Or how did you describe it? I apologize.
Or like I was going to tie it in with like my Arbery, right? Like I've walked through vacant buildings being constructed the same way he did, and if someone were to confront me and say, "Hey, what are you doing here?" I wouldn't run away. I would say, "Oh, I'm interested in this house." Right? That would be an appropriate response. Like the guy delivering DoorDash, the guy walks up to him and says, "Hey, what are you doing over here?" "I'm delivering DoorDash." Like that's an appropriate response. Like he could be combative or argumentative, but this dude has a weapon at this point, so there's no reason to be combative or argumentative.
I get what he's saying. Like when we was watching the video of the gas station shooting.
Oh, which video was that? It was
I missed that one.
Yeah, but I think that, you know, it's like you're in less danger when your response is appropriate. When the guy starts running away, whether he was doing anything wrong,
he looks guilty.
He looks guilty, right? And even though he's not doing anything wrong and he's minding his business, it's not up to you to interpret how your actions are perceived. His actions were abnormal.
So, in your opinion, what do you think made him run?
His fear. Fear. It made him run. It's about
fear of him doing fear. Basically, what I'm saying, like, is it fear of him being caught in the wrong, or fear of just knowing that these some crackers with some guns?
I think it was just fear of getting in trouble. The same way, like if you watched his other videos and interactions with police, his reactions are abnormal, and I believe because of fear. Like when they stopped him, you seen the video when they pulled up to him when he's in the park.
Yeah.
At first, you know, he's explaining why he's there, and then he just all of a sudden he's extremely pissed off, and it's like he thinks he's going to get in trouble. Like in my opinion, like when he's like, "Why you guys fucking with me? Why y'all fucking with me?" And it's like,
well, we gotta change that. But that's some community shit, man. It's all I used to do that. Oh, y'all racist. There's some racist shit going on. Like, really? You really going to jail now?
That's why I asked about DC. I was basically leading to that, like, far as your environment. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, DC is like that though. Like the way DC is set up, like the blacks live in Southeast DC. That's like the southeast, southwest. It's majority black. It's inner city. It's poor and dilapidated, but they're trying to build it up. Then there's like
every other city in America.
Northeast of downtown is like a black area. That's like a U Street area. So there's a lot of nightclubs and bars. The historic side of DC for black people is there. This area of DC, which is now becoming gentrified, is changing. So it's not as violent anymore because they want white people to come there. So it's policed more heavily now. White people used to like Southeast DC, where they built the where the Washington Nationals play, used to be one of the worst parts of America. Now there's nothing but white people over there. It's completely gentrified. It's cleaned up that area, and they police it to prevent the people who live just on the other side of the bridge from coming over and just committing chaos.
Right.
So
now, I ask you, Mr. Witt, what do you feel about gentrification? Since I just explained that
I kind of take, and I really don't like just using him as an example, but shit, if it makes sense, I'm riding with it. To me, so to speak. I don't really think it's a need for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, while we try to blend in and want to sit down at the same table as the white man at his restaurant, shit, go to our own restaurant.
But listen, I think you missed the point. Gentrification meaning they're coming into our neighborhood that we didn't.
But it goes back to what you said. What was that analogy you used? That abbreviation? You got to have your own land. If we're the average person under the middle class line doesn't own any fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? They basically renting. So if you rent an apartment, most people move within 2 to 3 years after renting that apartment.
So let me slow it down. So now that they're coming in, they're gentrifying the neighborhoods. Your solution is we leave out the cities now. Now we should leave because they're coming in.
No, I'm saying we should, instead of, only way that we can hold on to the little shit that we do got left is to own it. Put money together to try to keep it, because if not, even though you try to fight and say that it's yours, they're gonna move your ass out either way it go. If you look at, different sides of Chicago, when you go down what we call the low end, right? You go down there where mostly black people have been. If you look, it used to be 22nd Street on down to 19th, shit like that on King Drive. That was multicultural. You have more Indians and Arabic people and whites, and then you have some blacks. Now you go all the way from 19th Street, 18th Street, all the way down to like 47th Street. It looked like the fucking Huxtables live over there. You see what I'm saying?
We talking about Bronzeville, so that's the low end. Nobody in the low end was working in them corporate buildings downtown. Why would I commute an hour 20 past? You get what I'm saying? When I can stay within 20 minutes of my job. That's what this is about.
Right. And now, seeing as though that you don't own the home, because most of them homes down there are historical homes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can, they brownstones, they landmarks.
They were cheap and you didn't buy them.
Exactly.
The biggest dope dealers, all them rap niggas, basketball, you didn't buy it.
Right.
Now, you look at it and they see exactly the point that you just made. It used to be a bunch of lots. Everywhere you look, it was an empty, vacant lot. Now is property on that lot. Now, how they move the people out is they just raise the rent. It's like a saying, like I was telling you, like when they get to making businesses, you have a group of people to get together and come up with what they call projections, right? How much do we stand to make in a 5-year period if we put this in this location? Now, that's how you know your property value is going up. When you start to see a Walmart or all these, a Burger King, all this shit start to come on the main streets. Now, when they do that, the property value goes up. So now the people that really have these properties that's been waiting to bust a move, all they do is come in, put some new windows in, new walls, and cut a wall out and make it a bigger place, and they say that's the they raised the rent, and now you can't afford it. Now you gotta move.
You mad at these people for doing business? That's business.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm just saying, you asked me a question. I'm giving you an answer on why. Like you said, how do I feel about gentrification? Until a person owns some shit, then they're gonna continue to go through what they're going through.
Hey, I was watching a live stream last night, and I heard this brother say, the guy was talking about how you guys are tearing down your own neighborhoods. This is what's contributing to gentrification, because they're going to come in and buy the land and put up stuff that you guys don't need, and you guys are not going to be able to afford to live here no more. And the guy said, who can afford to live here now? What's affordable housing? And he says, this is in Massachusetts. He says the black people live this way, the brown people live that way, and the white people live that way, and I can't afford to live any of the directions.
Come on.
So like that's why. So when you wonder why, and like for me, that was reasoning of why he's out there protesting, why he's so angry, because it's like, well, I'm losing no matter what. I'm gonna lose either way, which is the same thing you're saying. He doesn't have a stake in it, he don't own it.
Right. But like you said, everybody is out there for different causes, and justice and different people. It's different with each individual. You know what I'm saying? So if we just basically destroying everything, and the powers that be are going to build it up in their image. It's just like you said, you've been to the military. When you go through boot camp and you go through all of that, they break you down to build you up in their image.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Because I never went to the military, but I went to military school, and we would look at the first shocking thing to me was, it was a dude, right? He used to have a white eye, what is it? The Z28, and he would pull up playing Pac, and I was like, wow, we out in bumfuck nowhere, cornfields and shit, and somebody pull up playing Pac, not the radio shit. I'm talking about the real Pac shit. He get off the car and he get to talking just like them. he fucked with us more than the white people. And then that's when I understood. That's what boot camp is for. Everything that you thought you were doing beforehand, because we were young and we was in the smoke pit at teenage years. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, this shit is wild. You know what I'm saying? But I would look, they would break them down and build them up into their image. And that's what they're doing. They want this shit back, and they're gonna get it.
I don't know, man. If we talking and thinking like that, hell yeah, they're gonna get it.
Man, I'm thinking, bottom line, back to originally what I said, until we own some shit, we have no say so in nothing.
See, the thing is that we can and we do. Well, by we, I'm talking about like members of the black community. We do, but the problem is that we treat success so poorly in the black community that the people who have success have to escape. Almost, and you, I've never met you guys before, but I can guarantee you, all you guys grew up thinking the same thing. I want to get out the hood. I'm gonna get my mama out the hood. We're gonna go somewhere else.
Getting the fuck out of there.
Everybody got the same vision, same dream. So when you make it, the goal isn't I'm gonna grow up in the hood. I'm gonna make the hood better. I'm gonna buy up some buildings. We're gonna, invest in the community. The idea is to get the hell away.
So we getting the fuck up out of here.
Get away, and that's the reason why gentrification, the opportunity for gentrification exists, is because we don't value the communities we came from. We're running from them.
No more.
So once we do get some level of success, I did it, and what opened my eyes was when I joined the military. I realized I wasn't trapped in the city that I was born in, because prior to that, I thought I couldn't go nowhere. I'm gonna be here forever. So I ran to the military just to get the hell away. And then after that, I'm never going back. I'm like, I'm cool. I don't need to live there. I can live anywhere. I'm a mercenary. Whoever paid me more money, I'll go there. I was in Washington State last year. I'm in Washington, D.C. this year. I was in South Carolina 6 years ago. Whoever gonna pay me, that's where I'll go.
So you're still in the military?
No. I'm not in the military no more. But when I look for a job, I don't look local. I'm searching the planet.
Right.
No shot. I mess with that.
Hell yeah. I mean, I don't knock nobody, man. I'm just at a place in my life where I understand that life is more than what I thought it was this whole time. And when he spoke about him being around his kids, right, and trying to make it better, you know that you might not see them succeed the way you want them to, but at least you planted the seed for that. And as long as you understand your assignment, then shit, go for it. Like I said, I ain't knocking nobody, but if it's positive, fine. If it's negative, keep that shit over there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it has no room in my life. The more you grow in life, the more you leave shit behind. You know, so I'm with that notion. I just want to see. I want to live to see the day that it's more people thinking like this than opposed to just running to that negative shit immediately when things don't go their way.
But yo, check out right. There are a lot of people who think this way, but their voice isn't as loud. You know what I'm saying? Like, why the person who has determined that the solution to my problems is to fix my own problems, but that's not a person who's running around complaining and making a whole bunch of noise. He's too busy fixing his own damn problems.
Right. Right.
And I don't know. I just don't want to miss that point. Because that's what it is. We gotta fix our own fucking problem first before we get to try to build as a whatever we call ourselves today, nation, people.
So we waiting on our 2020 Noah so we can jump on that arc.
I mean, what's the first thing someone does when you try to give them advice? How come you ain't do it? How come, you know what I'm saying? That's what people don't. No one wants to. People want to be told what to do from a level of a person who has some success. So if you have success, if you spent your time building yourself up, getting success, well, I feel like I shouldn't have to tell you how to do it. You can just look at me and you can follow. You can listen. If you were interested, like I shouldn't have to recruit people to follow me anymore. People should be like, damn, it appears as if he knows what the hell he's doing. Let's listen.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not my job at this point to go out and find someone to listen. I'm just going to talk. And if someone listens, they listen. If they ask questions, I'll answer. If they want to follow, come on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's much easier when Jesus, and I'm not even a religious person, but when Jesus was picking the disciples, he wasn't talking them into following him. He said, come, let's go. And it was like, I get shit, let's do it. This guy knows what he's talking about. Let's go. So they didn't ask a whole bunch of questions and he didn't give them a whole bunch of answers. They just believed in what he was doing. They believed in the message and they went. I don't think I had to I think that someone who's trying to sell you and try to convince you is probably a person that's just trying to rip you off and get something out of you.
Right. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm with it. I just want to see it manifest into reality. Like I say, man, everybody do their part, and it should be. We can't really concentrate on so much shit we have no control over. Back to the serenity prayer that Gleb was talking about. We just have to, you know what I'm saying, put that good energy out there, and whoever it reaches, we did what we were supposed to do. I think in universal law, you know what I'm saying? So
we saying the same thing, but
yeah.
Hey, you got a channel? You got a YouTube channel?
You talking to you, Mr. Witt?
No. I'm in the process. I'm new to it too. When I heard you guys talking about overcoming certain fears and talking over the internet, like I'm in that process. I'm green to it, but I'm getting there.
Yeah, now you got a good voice, man. I like how your voice sound, man. If you don't got one, get one.
Yeah. Appreciate it. I'm on it, man. I just want to, like I say, man, I'm just listening. You know, I'm on a different wavelength, so to speak. I'm listening to you guys, and it's weird that I ain't gonna say weird, but I think it's leading me back to the science that I'm trying to learn now, that we all are saying the same thing. And it wasn't by coincidence that we all got on this you know what I'm saying, live today. Right. So I took it as an inspirational thing. It's a learning process. Like I'm in the middle of not really just blaming this person and this person and this person. Like I say, when we talk amongst each other, that's one thing. But when we reaching a large quantity of people and a mass quantity of people, like we have to watch how we convey our messages. because energy is real, and I don't want to put the wrong energy out there.
You're right. You're right. Nope. We just self accountability. That's all we want from our people, man. We gotta be on it. 2020. This our year. You got to look at the destruction as an opportunity. This is the biggest. This ain't no, oh man, they finna take it. They got it. Nah, this is build. Like you said, if you don't got a YouTube, start one. You ain't got to.
I'm in the works. I'm with it,
man. Whatever.
I wanna
start it. It's time.
I want to be able to relate. My only goal is to give a voice to some people that don't have one, and really don't even think to even try. Because a lot of people out here just need a fucking hug. You feel me? Like, I think we grew up in a different time, and we're trying to expect the people to understand, where we're coming from. But that's why I asked Gleb how old was he when he reached that understanding. You know what I'm saying? It takes time, and some people it takes a little bit longer. But if they have an avenue and somebody is hearing them, because a lot of people just want to be heard, man. They suffering and don't know out. They don't know what to do.
Hey, yo, I think I made it sound like it was too easy. Like at 21, I just changed. It was like a ship turned slow. It was like that. It was like the ship started changing direction at 21, but I really didn't start getting my shit together until like I was in my early 30s.
Right, I was like 32. I started to see my only wake up call was shit. Everybody around me, when shit started to go wrong, I always, for some reason, end up just leaving. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'd be around some shit and the vibe was off, and I found some little reason within myself to say, oh, well, yeah, I got to go do this. I got to do that. But really, I just didn't want to be there. And as soon as I left, bad shit happened. You know what I'm saying? So I start to value what I was taking for granted even more. Like, I don't knock you guys for doing what you're doing, but I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Because there's more to life than this, just this. If everybody is doing the same shit and people before them tried it and they failed at the same because it was all negative, then what makes you think that you done came up with some Einstein idea that it's gonna work for you? You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm good, bro. Let me know how that shit work out, man. I'm over here. And that's what I say. It's a way of me getting out a positive message. That's all. A lot of times we live our life doing a lot of wrong shit, but people don't just give in and help someone else. Because it took somebody that I didn't even know to give me a positive message to make me think for myself. Because before I was just thinking for today, or I was letting somebody else around me make decisions that I should have been making my goddamn self. So yeah, man, I'm with it. I'll damn near have one next time we link up.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. But what you talk about, man. I'm sorry, I hit you cut you off, bro. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say that's what you talk. What you describing is perfectly is grace, and we don't deserve it, and no one should get it. No more than George Floyd should have been pressed into the ground and choked to death, or Ahmaud Arbery should have been shot that day. Like, they didn't deserve that, and you didn't deserve grace, but somehow you got the blessing, and you're here to keep going. So you got to take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not religious, but I think I'm very spiritual. I just think like we have to take advantage of the opportunities that we're given, because everyone would love to have it that's laying in the grave right now. They all would give it a chance. They say, you know what, I wish I wouldn't have got shot that day. Or I wouldn't have died.
I'm kind of give you a segue to the next thing. As far as spirituality and signs and symbols, everybody has a clock in their head, because we're taught right from wrong. You know how to cross the damn street. Red means stop, green means go. So you go out there in traffic, you can't get mad if you get hit. So basically, people act like they ain't got common sense, but they do. So I'm saying all that to say, how do you reach a level of spirituality where you can understand what's in front of you before you walk your ass into it? And this is not a race thing. I'm just saying in general, as far as growth.
That's a good question. I I think you have to have a code you live by, a moral standard, and say these are the things I believe in. And if you have a belief system like that, then you won't be swayed. It's easy to make decisions when you have a belief system. It's when you don't have a belief system, when you'll do anything, is when there's questions about what's right, what's wrong, and what you should and shouldn't do.
I would say I only differ with the belief part, because we can believe in anything all day. I like to stand on facts and what I know. That's just me. So if I'm good at this, or if this thing is what I know and this is what I'm good at, this is what I'm standing on. So if you know the Bible from front to back and you know it, you should stand on it,
right?
Whether you believe it or not. But you know it. You know that you know whether it's the Bible, the Quran, Buddha, whatever it is. You should know it. We should get back to knowing stuff, not believing in it, but knowing it. That's the true science in all of this stuff.
Now, when you reach that level of knowing it, do you truly agree that it opens up the spiritual realm in your life? Because when you start to reach a certain height of understanding, then doors open. Agreed?
Well,
so
okay.
Go ahead.
No. Go answer.
Okay. So I don't know if I agree. Like, as far as like a mystical result happening because I believed in something, I don't believe in that.
Right.
When I talk about a belief system, I say I'm talking about you can say I believe in the 10 Commandments. This is the code I'm going to live by. Or you can say I believe that the rules of the 10 Commandments should be a code to live by. And if I follow these things, my life will be better. Like I believe that I should be honest, that I should be truthful, that I should be fair, that I should limit my emotional reactions, that I should be stoic, that I should be stern in my beliefs, and that I should carry myself as what I believe to be what a strong man should be. Right. So it's easy. So when I say these are things I believe, so it's easy for me to make a decision when I'm out. When I'm confronted with something, I don't have to ask a question about whether this is right or wrong. It's already set. Like, it's already been set that I'm going to be honest and truthful. I'm going to be stern in my beliefs, and I'm going to behave like a man. Like, I'm not going to act like a child. I'm not going to run around. I'm not going to be scared. I'm not going to I'm going to behave in a particular way. So no matter what I'm faced with, it's the same reaction.
Right.
100% agree.
I mean, I definitely agree. I'm going a little bit off my experience, and like I say, I can't voice my opinion on what everybody else is. I noticed that when I changed the way I thought or the way I handled things, simply because I went and sat and rearranged my formula to the point where I've had to figure out what was most important to me and discipline most important over that.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
I was opened up to certain shit that just didn't make sense. Like, damn, they're walking down to the street and feeling something pulling me back in the car going past. Like, damn, like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And you see it once or twice and you overlook it, right? But then the more and more you keep on your path, the more and more certain things start to happen. It's not a coincidence. And that's what I was saying. Like, once you enlighten yourself and you grow to a certain level of understanding, I think personally it opens you up to a spiritual world. Because I don't believe in religion myself, you know what I'm saying? But I do believe in spirit simply because of my own personal experiences. And I think that plays a major part in what's going on today. It was a sister, I forgot her name, but she said we're in the fifth dimensional times, right? Mm-hmm. She had a little YouTube video. And she was predicting all of the shit that was going to happen. And this was like last year. And now it's actually manifesting into reality. And she was saying within fifth dimensional times, evil spirits can jump from body to body. And to break it down in another way, like when we were younger, it was more of a Baptist-based home, in most black houses,
mm-hmm.
or Muslims, you know what I'm saying? But it was certain form of discipline. As we've grown, this generation, what is it, Generation Z, don't have none of the fucking morals that we've grown, that we were taught when we were younger. So now by them opening up, to that side, now all evil shit can just jump into their way. You feel me?
Yeah. But where does that moral code come from though? Does that moral code come from religion, or does that come from the people believing in the religion or believing the principles?
I think it's all three. I think it starts at the religion because it's passed down from generation to generation.
Mm-hmm.
But within certain religions, and most basic, like I say, is most black homes are Baptist. Like you rarely find Catholic black homes. You know what I'm saying? It's like different demographics and different religions. But within our community, it starts with religion, and then just off your granny going to church. Now your ass got to go. You don't want to go, but you better get your ass up and get dressed. And within those morals and those things that they were going through at that time, like the 60s, the 50s, the 70s. Now look, how many people that you know under the age of 21, nah, I ain't gonna say 21, I'll say about 26, 25, go to church.
Yeah, no, I can agree. Like we don't, we used to go to church a little bit when the kids were younger, but don't really.
We need it. I'm confused.
No, I'm not saying it. I'm saying, okay, I'll say this: religion can reach you only through word. Can't reach you no other way. All that speaking in tongues shit, I don't believe in that shit. I believe that be people just, overwhelmed with emotion and release. That is their release. But the true religion in the word, that's what they say, follow the word. You need to read the Bible. Religion.
That you seeking. It ain't in that church on the corner. It ain't in that big church. It ain't Creflo. It ain't.
Right. But the word, if you really pay attention, is one person's perspective throughout of time that speaks on true events that happen.
Allegedly.
Right?
Allegedly.
That's what I say, from that person's perspective. You see what I'm saying? And that was years ago. So look how it's transformed into something else nowadays. So but what I'm saying is spirituality doesn't have to use word, man. When you in the store, have you ever been in the store and a baby catch eye contact with you and you ain't saying shit to the baby, but the baby just is smiling and looking at you? That's spirituality, bro.
I'm asking you, how do you organize that and do that once a week and call it something?
You have to first acknowledge it. You have to first stop thinking that you are in control of it and thinking that just because it happened, you just dismiss it as a coincidence. You have to acknowledge it. And once you acknowledge it, then things start to fall into place. We all gonna make mistakes. Like the brother said, he, was doing, different things, and he's in the military. But at some point in time, he reached the understanding that, this is not, my direction. I'm gonna do this, that, and the other, and this, that, and the other. It like I said, it only comes with time, and it comes with understanding. And you reach a certain level of intelligence, that fits you, then you open that door up. Like, for instance, with this music, right? You got drill music in Chicago that done reached every fucking where. I just sent you a video not so long ago about people in China doing juke music and shit. They having juke parties. Like, that's in fucking China.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So if we have drill music is the equivalent to heavy metal, right? Because at one point in the early 80s, when they were playing heavy metal, they was blaming Ozzy Osbourne for kids going in the house, chopping their mamas up and shit, and all of that shit, because it reached them on a certain frequency and a certain tone. So now once you listen to these songs and you in the hood and they speaking that shit and the beat takes over, then you open the door for that mindset. And it's true. Like back in the day, in far as hip hop or people in certain areas, they used to wear big tall tees and shit. We was talking about that. Now look, due to the fact of your favorite rapper's favorite rapper wearing a couture cut shirt, now everybody want to wear some tight shit.
Well, that's part of the problem with like we gotta.
But what I'm saying is, if you understand,
stop raising hoopers.
But it's the spirit that comes with it.
And we elevate, but I don't see it, bro. I'm not seeing it manifesting.
Well,
what's going on? Go ahead.
And how about this, Whit? Like my question would be, how is it repeatable and how is it shareable? Like if it's something that you're experiencing in you, right? How do you get someone else to feel what you're feeling, or
these simple steps? These simple steps. Like my brother Fella, he has an actual track called Signs and Symbols. Stop taking shit for granted. Signs are every fucking where. Everywhere you look, it's a word on something describing something, whether it's to sell it to you or give you directions to go. You know what I'm saying? So that kills the point of people doubting that signs are not everywhere.
But we talking about retaining people's attention.
I'm trying to tell you, bro.
That's not gonna get it. You know you're not get 15, 20 minutes out of nobody 26 and under talking about that. You're not.
No, I'm not. No. I'm not gonna reach you like that. I'm gonna reach you like this. This is what's going on. You don't believe me? Do your research. Or better yet, I sit down seeing as though that you smoke. Listen, I'll sit down and
wrapped up, packaged, microwave, they're gone.
Yeah.
True, but then, like he said, I'm gonna put the information out there. I might not reach everybody.
So for you,
the ones that want to come with me, is gonna come with me. I'm just gonna tell you real simple. Pay attention. Instead of just accepting the information that just forced to you, pay attention and question it. You see what I'm saying? Listen. You ain't got to stand here and take all day and talk and listen to me preach to you. Just use your eyes and your ears more than you use your mouth.
Oh my God.
And then you'll see where I'm coming from. You don't believe me? The next time I see you, then it'd be a different story, because secretly what I did cosmically is planted my seed. If I can use my talent, the gift of gab, like he said, glib is a way where he's from, where a person they actually use their gift of gab. I have that.
He's talking about monetizing it. How are we gonna monetize with your spiritual?
By getting that YouTube channel he just told me to get.
Oh no, I wasn't talking about monetizing. I was talking about being able to repeat. Like for instance, right? Like to me, the purpose for religion is because the people didn't know how to live, and they didn't have a reason to listen to anyone. And the creation of religion and a higher authority over them gave them the ability to develop a set of laws and rules to follow, so they wouldn't get each other sick, so that they wouldn't be living in a society that was antisocial for what they deemed to be what society should be then. So like, most of the Bible is parables, but the parables are just stories about how we should be living. And it typically ends with someone dying or someone getting hurt in some kind of a way. And then you say, well, that the lesson is don't do that. And then like Deuteronomy and I can't remember. I can't think of the other book right now. The Bible, which is just laws. It's just a list of rules of things to do to teach people how to live. That's repeatable. You say, "Thou shalt not kill." That's repeatable. Anyone can get it. Anyone can figure it out. But how do you repeat spirituality? You had success. You had a feeling that something bad was going to happen, and you got out the way. But I didn't get that feeling. I got hit in the head with a brick. Like, what is that? Like, how do I? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I mean. Like, repeatable. Like, if I say, I don't believe in going out to protest. I believe they're dangerous, and I don't believe that the outcome is going to be good, no matter what side of right I'm on. I keep myself safe by not participating. But if I go out there and I get hurt, I can't say, well, God must have wanted me to get hit in the head with a brick. It's just that I made the poor decision of going out there. Like I'd say that because I'm watching the video of a white guy who's trying to do the right thing. He tried to stop some guys from looting a store, and he's unconscious, looking like a pretzel, bleeding in the street.
Right.
This is a terrible video. This is terrible. This shit is really, really disturbing.
Just like when the brother got hit with the fire extinguisher when Rodney King, remember that when they pulled him out the truck?
Yep. Yep. They slammed the brick down on his head. That was terrible. Terrible. Let me see. Yeah, that's man.
It's what, but to like he say, to make what the question that he asked me, to make it repeatable. Just like when I was just talking and answering the question, I overheard Glib like, man, you know, it's resonating. It's resonating. And I'm speaking on something, you know, that most people never even thought of. But I'm giving you ground proof behind it.
Right.
I'm not telling you some shit that just because it's how I view it. I'm showing you, well, this is why I think the way I think. And look, go like you said, you move off fact. I've said nothing that wasn't fact. All the shit that I just said, as far as proving that is fact. Just research it.
They can't touch your frequency, they can't touch.
Yeah, they can only reason why I'm saying they can, because like I said in the beginning, everyone has their assignment, right? Now, when I was going through all my trials and tribulations in life, I felt alone. And I reached a certain level that I was no longer myself, only because through the shit that I was going through, my pride weakened my spiritual state. So that means I was just walking around not giving a fuck. I knew what I was doing would cause me to lose everything, but I didn't care because I didn't have, you know, anyone in my opinion, but I had myself. And it took somebody that I didn't even fucking know. This is what I'm trying to say. I was walking down the fucking street, bro. It ain't like I was outside crying and shit with a woe is me shirt on. I was walking down the motherfucking street, bro. And it took a brother to say something to me like, I don't know you, but I just want to talk and I want to pray for you, bro. Now, I'm already, you know, me from where I'm from. If you don't get your police ass the fuck away, who the fuck is you, bro? Like, and I'm already in that fucked up mind state. But the brother, as I tried to walk around that brother, he stepped in front of me. So now I'm still resistant, but he started speaking on things that were going on in my life. And I haven't met that man, period, in this before that day. And everything that he said was positive. And it wasn't even a long conversation. He said what he had to say. I allowed that man to pray. And he walked about his way. I walked about mine. But look what shit. 22 years later, now I say 20 years later, look at me. I still took that one seed that he said to me, and he didn't even know me. And most people wouldn't even approach me how I was looking back then. They don't want to approach no big black dude walking down like this motherfucker look like beans. I'm leaving him alone. But he still, knowing that I gave off the energy, stepped in front of me after I tried to walk away from him. So if that man can reach me, I can reach somebody else. We spend our life pointing the finger at everybody else instead of looking within ourselves. Now that I have done that, I know what I'm supposed to do. Even if it's with a kind word or just speaking to you when everybody else chose to walk past your ass. Even if you in front of me at the line of the store and you come up $3-4 short, that's my way of repeating it. That's my way of passing it on. And if I reach 5 people, and the way my delivery is, just like he said, man, you should get your own thing. I like your voice. It's the energy and the frequency that I'm giving out. So somebody gonna pull to me. And it might not work for you. It might not work for somebody else, but I understand what I'm supposed to do. You see what I'm saying? So I got all the belief, like you said, and the gumption to follow it. And I'm gonna reach somebody, bro. We need to understand that it's not in our power. It's a spiritual warfare going on right around us as we speak. By what we watch on TV, by what we allow to be played in our house on the radio, by the problems that we have with our spouse and our kids is watching that shit go on in front of us. And we have to understand that it's sometimes
dominion over your spirit.
Yeah, but that depends on the state of mind you're in.
This is a question. I'm asking, who owns it?
It depends on the state of mind that you're in, bro. That's my main point.
At war though, like
what I'm trying to tell you, that's my point. Understand the signs and symbols that's in front of you. Understand that your shit. How many times you done went through some shit and then you done talked to somebody years later and found out that they done went through the similar shit? It's not exactly the same, but you're not the only one that's going through what you're going through. So now the next step is, if that being the case, if it's other people that's going through similar shit, nigga, what the fuck is we doing wrong? What are we overlooking? Stop thinking that this cosmic shit is some shit that you only see on a Disney movie or some shit, or Black Panther. This shit is real. And once you understand that, and once you open it up,
you going over their head with. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. You think
check it out.
But I'm telling you, why?
All the greats before us, it was always somebody that didn't understand what God bestowed upon them, but they did, and they pressed forward. And that's what I'm doing. And I'm gonna lead by actions and not just me saying some shit. We have to understand. If you think I'm bullshitting, look up fifth dimensional times. Look it up.
I understand that better than most
people, right?
What I'm telling you is the masses do not understand that, don't get it. They just laughed off this 5G shit. What they look like listening to you talking about 5 dimensions.
Check it out, right? When I walk through these streets, when I'm out, because when you're a traveler, you put your life in danger, period. Period. I don't give a fuck how good you is and whatever your notion of life is. As soon as you travel amongst other people with different opinions of life, you put yourself in danger. So, and by me walking and learning from being around these same people that motherfuckers would be scared of, the same little niggas with the 30s and shit, and military issue weapons and shit, niggas be like, oh no, we're gonna go to another gas station. Fuck that shit. I live down the street from these motherfuckers. So I have no choice but to be amongst them. So when I come around them, I'm speaking good to them. When I see them, I'm sharing something with them. And the only reason why they're receiving the message because I look just like them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I'm not some nigga with a suit and saying, oh yeah, well, I done moved out and do this, brother, and blah, blah, blah. Nigga, they ain't trying to hear that shit. That's the one that they gonna turn away from.
Goes back to what Glyph said earlier. The first thing I know for niggas to say is, this nigga ain't got nothing to, right? He telling me to do something he ain't did. What he did with it?
But I'm telling you, don't be like me.
G.
I'm telling you exactly. And when they come with that, look, when they come with that, this, that, and the other G shit, and I'm gonna tell them like, yeah, I thought that same shit. But have you ever had to sing happy birthday over the phone to your kids because you was locked up, nigga? Have you ever had to watch your back when you take a shit because the whole deck finna send up and you need security in front of you?
They building a penitentiary right now.
No, what I'm saying is when they come with that combative shit
in the world that can stop them filling it up.
I'm not saying that, but they just don't make sure that you don't feel.
Listen to it. If you want to stop a penitentiary from getting filled, it won't be from telling these kids about the fifth dimension.
And no, I'm not saying that I have to. It's not saying that I have to use that page out of that book with everybody that I encounter. That's why I say with a certain level.
I'm telling you, it's different departments for this shit. Sure, do you want to stop this, and be the sheriff.
Quit right, but the bridge
real. It is real.
Listen, the bridge is me. You are the other side of the bridge. You follow what I'm saying? It also takes everybody to play a part.
And placing in that street shit and say, well, shit, he look like me. He talking the same shit as you. Get what I'm saying? Fuck
no,
that.
But I'm not talking. See, that ain't what I said.
But the thing about it is that there's a different audience for each individual, and like so, in order to appeal to each one, you got to be able to compel them by what's their motivating factor. Like that's like, if you were going to sell somebody a car, you could always tell them the same shit. Like, oh man, this car's fast. This car's got great wheels, or the gas mileage is this. But if the person's only interested in leather seats, then why would you waste your time telling them all the other stuff? So if you're trying to get someone to change their viewpoint and look at it from your perspective, number one is, which is probably what you're saying with, is that you're not going to use the same tactic when you're talking to all the different people, but you're trying to get them all to the same level of understanding, to the same point.
Right. So, like I said in the example that I gave, it might be me just catching you at the gas station and you ain't got the proper amount of money, but you got your kids with you. You see what I'm saying? If I got $100, I'm giving away 25. Hey, man, y'all go ahead and get them chips.
I'm not. I'm sorry. What
It's
the
cool.
fuck is we doing? What is this?
No, you're not listening.
No, Mob. I heard you. And
now you know we just understand the difference.
Man with balls, legs, arms, just like me. I'm not finna give you shit when I done did whatever I had to do for this 150, whatever it is.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say this to you. Right?
You
and
can
that's,
do it, bro.
no,
You
let me look now. Pardon me as I interject. Now, I'm gonna say this, bro. Every road to understanding is different. Your way of reaching somebody might be different than mine, but as long as we get the same fucking results, so be it. My grandma told me a long time ago. I said, why is you helping all these motherfuckers, man? They only come over here when it's bill time. What the fuck? Stop cussing, son. And I'm gonna tell you, I only help these people because that's what I'm supposed to do. And that's how I receive my blessings. I don't do it for the notoriety of another person that I'm helping. And that's what I'm saying. All of the shit that was told to me that I did not listen to, but now that I've reached a certain age, I understand. And like I say, everybody has their own individual assignment, bro. Everybody.
Same analogy. I need God to bless me with $100. I keep giving away 25 every time I see a nigga though. But I keep.
No, but I'm not saying every time. I'm not saying every time.
Whole time I had the $100 1,000 times.
No, I'm not saying that. But then check this out. There's been times where I done went out and earned the money and then did exactly what I'm saying is some kind of way came up on the motherfucking 100 that I already wanted.
Go ahead. Yeah, I remember my brother told me that a long time ago. My brother, exactly what you're saying with, and I remember saying, but if you already had it, why would you give it away hoping that it comes back?
Right, this shit don't make no sense. Like the religion part of it, with that's the
blessing. Isn't that your blessing? You got it in your hand. You got it. You went out. You worked for it. You earned it. You got it.
Yeah, but then look at half of the blessings that I received. I didn't fucking earn. It took somebody that didn't have to fucking help me, bro.
That's what I'm saying. That's some personal shit then. Because if you feel like you don't deserve it, I feel like
I'm not saying that. You taking my words out of context. I never said that I don't deserve it.
I deserve all this shit because I work for it.
Check this out. I'm gonna show you something. My house is taken care of. I am a single father. My house, the food, the lights, the gas. I even got a dog. That motherfucker full. So I'm not gonna put my shit in jeopardy. I know that I have the gumption. I know that I can sell anything that I wanted to. I know that I can get out there and work and do. But I know that these brothers ain't got, and I'm not trying to help you and put myself in harm's way. But if I'm a jagged off on cigarettes and goddamn beer, you feel me?
Yeah.
I'm only taking the little money that I was gonna blow any fucking way.
All right, let's simplify. This is what it is. So your side is socialism. I'm with capitalism. You want to give away money, just like we already been doing. You want to give away shit. They get the card. We get our stamps. They give that to us. They get their social security. They give that to us. Give. You want to keep giving. And what have these same people given to society? What do they get?
I'm not worried about what these same people listen.
You talking about building something with these same people?
No, I'm not.
Hey, can I jump in for a second here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because see, I think I can understand what fella T. I agree with you a lot. What you're saying. I think I'm very much in that capitalist boat. But I understand what you're saying too, Mr. Witt, because Like I had people help me and do things for me that I didn't deserve, and they should have never done, but they put themselves out there to help me because I was in need. So I make it a point that now that I have the ability to bless other people, that I do. But it's not but my only disagreement is that I'm not giving anybody 25% cut. It ain't like that. But I certainly all my nieces and nephews, you know what I'm saying, whenever their birthdays come every year, you know what I'm saying, they're getting something in the mail. You know what I'm saying, Christmas, holidays, all that, you know what I'm saying, they're getting something. You know what I'm saying? But because I can do, I do. And I don't have an expectation that they're going to do anything for me. But I hope that I'm showing them that they can receive a blessing, and when they have the ability to give, they'll give a blessing.
Exactly. And that goes back to the original point that you was making. You're not going to see everything that you planted to see to grow. You're not going to actually see that shit grow. You made a comment, and I'm going to speak against that while we own this damn live right now, that you said most men in your family don't live long. I wish a prosperous life upon you, brother. You know what I'm saying? And a long life. But what you were saying is you don't know the outcome, but you still choose to set the foundation for your kids to grow.
Yeah.
Right? It takes hold on. It takes a village, bro. Like I said, you the capitalist, right? We gonna just play like we Voltron, goddammit. You gonna be the right arm, I'm gonna be the left arm, and we gonna find somebody to make these feet move, and everybody is gonna connect far as the head to actually fucking work.
But that's
we have to come to a common ground. I'm not just out here giving shit away, and every time I got 100, I don't give away 25, because if I can't afford to, I won't. But I'm talking about the more money that we go outside and fuck off, right? Sometimes use that for a better advantage.
But what's the point? I call fucking off. I call you.
Shit, we fucking it off anyway.
Listen to me. I say that too. I say you could have took that same money, put it up, got it to where it's 5,000-10,000. Shit, man. Ooh, I got 10,000. Let's get a building. I got 10,000. 3 people.
See, you speaking as a whole.
That's real, bro. That's real.
It is real, but you're speaking as a whole. What I mean by that is I'm not doing this shit every time I go outside. I'm not doing this shit as an everyday basis.
Force of your day to day. That's what it sounded like when you was describing.
No, it ain't. I don't even go outside every motherfucking day.
No, man.
What I'm saying, I don't even do that.
Socialism, they can't exist together. That's what's going on right now. They trying to exist together. No.
See, hey, fella T, I disagree, man. I disagree with you there, bro. Because check it out, right? I'll tell you why, right? I say this all the time, right? Capitalism is the best thing that ever happened, but it's also the worst thing that ever happened, because capitalism creates this greed and this competition that makes us everyone wants to acquire the most chips. Socialism seems like it's a great idea, but it doesn't exist without capitalism. Without something to float on top of to extract resources from, socialism doesn't work. So you have to have it. It requires both. We live in a socialist society right now. It's just floated on by capitalism. That's what all the social programs we have, all of them, wouldn't exist if we didn't have capitalism to create the tax revenue.
But that's why I said they don't belong together. And then you say, I say unchecked capitalism does create greed. We going through something right now where we got businesses that won't die. They supposed to be dead right now. All these airlines are supposed to be dead. The next person who made up airline, it's their turn. That's how business works. What we doing now, this is not capitalism. You're right. I don't know what this is. This is greed. This is people saying, no, I'm not.
But you know what? One part that you're leaving out, what else that capitalism produces and it spawns, and why the main reason why those two are clashing, it spawns competition. When you
go ahead. Well, what's wrong with competition?
No, I'm gonna tell you. Look at Mike. We all probably done seen The Last Dance, right?
Yeah.
Now, remember on the thing he was saying that he would be in the back gambling with all the big money, and then he'll go all the way up to the front and they only betting dollars. And he'll go up there and take their shit. He's like, man, why you come up here? Because I want to take your money. and put it in my pocket. This is what I'm saying. But we all revere that man as one of the greatest of all times.
But I'm gonna tell you why you don't believe in that. If goodie prices go down to, when I say goodie, I mean smoke. If smoke prices go down a day, you're gonna be happy, right or wrong. If top shelf prices go down today, you will be okay.
Yeah, if cigarettes went back down to $7 hell yeah, you're gonna be happy as hell.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Come on, man.
But what I'm trying to tell you is you cannot. We have made it this far, and this is what the problem is, and this is just my opinion. Once again, coming from my perspective, when you have capitalism and it breeds competition, it makes the love for the next person and the humanity. It throws that shit out the fucking window. It makes you a complete predator.
That's greed.
Completely. No, but capitalism is greed. I'm capitalizing. Listen,
it's in the word. You said it. It's in the word. Capitalize. It's in the word.
I'm capitalizing off everything that you say you want with the supply and demand ideology. If you know this hype, you know this motherfucker out here stealing.
It's profit over
breaking his family up.
But that's not y'all confusing it. But unregulated capitalism does put profit over people. Unregulated.
But see the thing about capitalism though that's great though, right? The thing about it that makes it great is that it spawns innovation.
Come on.
Without capitalism, there's no need for anyone to think of a good idea to make something new and to sell it. There's no reason. If we're all going to get the same thing, well then we're stuck. We might as well just, we'll go back to how we lived 100 years ago, where you had your land, I had my land. Whatever we grow, we'll share it.
So and let's just say I got lemons and strawberries. You will never taste a lemon or strawberry because Mr. Witt doesn't believe in trading goods.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying anything, whether it be capitalism, socialism, evil, good, nothing. That's why people overlook the yin yang sign every time they see the shit, right? Think about it. If it was basically based off balance, it would be one side black with a straight line across it. Right? That would be the equal thing, right?
Yeah.
But in that yin yang sign, it's a swerve. And that's because it shows that even though shit looks unbalanced, it's still balanced. One side is black with a white dot, one side is white with a black dot. So we're gonna have these ripples, we're gonna have these issues and fight to run, either side, but you have to have a common ground with that balance. And that is without hate, how the fuck will we know what love is? And if we push that shit out,
this do not exist. I'm sorry.
I got a question for both of you brothers. I think this is a good question. I don't know what your circumstances are, what your lifestyle is like, but if you were given the opportunity to keep your lifestyle the way it is and the opportunity to do more, or you could live a lifestyle of the minimum standard for everyone, whatever that minimum standard is, they'll just come up with a number and says everyone gets this. Everyone, it may be a twin bed in a one bedroom apartment. It might be no television or no cell phone coverage. Whatever the minimum is, would you trade everyone having the minimum over your opportunity to get more?
Go ahead.
I'll say no, because you said three things. You just ended it off with two though.
Oh no, no. It was only two. The two options are you can keep your lifestyle the way it is and you have the opportunity to do better, or everybody gets the minimum, whatever that minimum is. Like the government determines the minimum. Everybody.
I don't know. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I'll probably go for me trying to do better and try to do things my own way.
That's all I've been saying, Mr. Witt.
I'll go for that, and it sounds contradicting, but like I'm the Rage Against the Machine, and I ain't even talking about the rock band.
I've never heard anyone say they'll take the minimum. I've never heard anyone ever say they'll take the
But
minimum.
I had a certain analogy too, right?
Yeah.
Everybody goes the line to do wrong to get to the mountaintop, so to speak, is always longer, right? But the consequences of that is in fine print, right?
Yeah.
Now, the other line, like you said, people were doing different things, and that shit gonna be shorter. But I guarantee you, when you get on the other side of that motherfucking gate, the line to try to leave that bitch
Don't do
gonna be
that.
way.
That's the spooky shit I'm talking about. That's the
No,
price.
no, it's the common sense part. If
Oh,
everybody knew,
you get to
listen,
heaven. You ain't got
like that.
that.
See,
I want that bitch
no,
now.
I'm gonna give you right. See, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, this is what I'm trying to like. This is my point, right? You get blinded by what you want and not understanding.
Don't get it
That
confused. I'm with Glib as well. I might not even get to enjoy it, but guess what? I could have spent 1,200 6 months ago and bought an ounce of gold and put that up for my kids. That's what I'm talking about. Discipline to do that. I can spend 4,000 on an acre and a half and put that up for my kids.
But
That's
remember, remember what I said in the conversation too. I said my house is taken care of because I believe in the PP and the T. I provide, protect, and I teach. So I'm one of the very few people, like he said, you got to start at home first. And I'm in the process of doing that all the way of teaching my kids in a different light. I'm trying to, like my brother said on the YouTube channel, I'm trying to unlearn them the things that they've been exposed to. So I'm taking care of home first, but at the same time, as I walk these streets that everybody is dying in, and we talk about serenity prayers and shit. So, see, that prayer does not fit what you're trying to say right now.
What, the serenity prayer?
No, right. It doesn't fit what fella is saying right now.
What you mean?
Listen, what did he said, give me the understanding, basically what he was saying as far as the serenity prayer. What I'm saying is,
don't get control of that I can't control. I'm not finna be worried about things that I can't control, Mr.
right.
Webb.
I'm not saying that I'm worried. I'm saying we have to, I ain't gonna say we. I'm gonna back to what I was really saying. Me, what I see. I'm not saying that I'm finna go out here and put myself in a pole home to help the fucking world. That's not my point. What I'm saying is certain people that I see that resonates with me, it doesn't hurt me, it's not gonna break me. That means if I give you this little money or with this advice, I might not be able to get me a case of beer today. Okay, well fuck it, shit. I ain't getting no case of beer today. But I can eat and I can do all of that. That's what I'm saying. The little shit that you was gonna blow, even though I'm still making money to do what I need to do for setting a bigger goal and change my life for the better. Yes, but it doesn't hurt me. If it don't hurt me and I got it to give, because even we can change the demographic. It ain't even got to be nobody that I don't know. It could be my damn family. They ain't my immediate family. I don't owe their ass shit.
Right.
But when I get around them, oh man, nephew, man. Hey, how everything going? But then in the end of the conversation, man, you got a couple of dollars, man. That's all.
I don't.
You feel me?
Fuck.
But you won't help Aunt. But when the kids see the ice cream truck and you sitting on the porch with Granny, and Granny looking at their ass, you better get the fuck out of my face. And now you know that these kids, these nieces and nephews, and your kids running right with them and playing. What you gonna say? You gonna tell them no too?
Between kids with no jobs and uncle who had his whole life to get that shit together.
Right. I'm just saying, you pick and you choose.
Kids
you
will
pick and you choose. You pick and you choose.
From me.
You pick and you choose who you help, bro.
Shit every day, man. These niggas can do it. I'm sorry. I'm not holding these niggas' hands no more. No more. All right, bro. You brother.
All right. Well, no, I ain't doing that. I'm just doing what the brother did for me. He ain't come to me like, yes, my brother, and sound like the motherfucker from what the fuck is that? The Living Color and shit.
And he kept moving.
Right.
He kept
That's
moving.
what I'm saying. That changed my life that day because of my personal experience. I'm not trying to relive it and take the reins, so to speak. I'm just paying it forward, bro. Because that one little thing, when I was walking down the street, that man didn't know exactly that day what I was going through. Bro, my mind was fucked up. It was straight demonic. But it took somebody that I didn't know that felt me before I even walked up to him. That's why I'm like, man, you heard my first response. I'm like, man, you don't get your police at what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? But it took that one person, bro, to curve my direction because I was headed down the wrong path. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to fucking change the world with this little shit that I'm doing. I'm just paying it forward. And I guess I am, because once started as a seed grew into a big ass tree. That's all, bro. That's it.
So do you think we have an obligation to?
No, I'm not saying everybody has an obligation. I'm saying that day, that was by design. Like, people kill me like, man, this shit, I don't believe this shit. No, nigga, it happened because it was supposed to fucking happen.
But you just said you said I'm not trying to it sounds like you're trying to recreate it.
No, I'm not recreating. I'm paying it forward.
Do it one time. That's it.
You can do it however fucking many times you want to. That's who you are. Whatever makes you happy. Whatever. Everybody got one life, bro. One life. Ain't no restart button. This ain't GTA, goddammit. Everybody got one life.
And I'm gonna spend that one doing for somebody outside.
No, but what was the main thing about that answer? You're steady saying, and we're saying the same thing, and I'm gonna just end it with this. You said, I can't do this. I don't understand that, Mom. No, fuck that. I'm doing this, blah, 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 right? That is your path. You're so adamant on it because it is your belief. So that is your path.
So adamant on it because I grew up in that pack mentality, and I know that
you can put whatever reason that you've came to that conclusion. That shit don't matter. I'm just saying.
Everybody, come on, bro. It's the same reality, but that reality is not the world.
That's just that goes. Listen, because we gonna get this shit, bro. Because your ass intelligent and I am too. So we gonna get to this point. Everybody has their own life, bro. Everybody, and all I'm saying is,
religion with what. That's what it sounds like. You replacing religion with what you're doing. These kids don't want religion. They want something.
I'm not replacing religion. You saying that? Listen, you saying no, but see, in order for a brother to understand what I meant by saying that you intelligent just like me.
I ain't talking about that.
No, listen. Every time I get to saying some shit, you cut it off because you're adamant on what you believe in. It's not that I don't understand what you're saying. It's not that I can't comprehend that shit. It's not that. It's just that my belief on this is so strong.
I know
because of what I see and what I have experienced, which gives me my own intake on it, which gives me my own perspective of it. That's what I mean. Just like when we have kids, we want everything we want for our kids to be the best shit, right? Right? Now, regardless if they're in two-parent household or one parent household. We want this and that for our kids. Do this, be great, excel at this, da 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 da. But when they reach a certain age, we finally realize that goddamn, they got a mind of their own. You see what I'm saying? So now regardless of what we want from them, they're gonna do what they understand they need to do within them. I'm going through that shit right now. That's what I'm saying. Everybody has their own path in life. You just told me earlier, you got to watch out for certain shit while you trying to do this, that, and the other. It's breaking you down. That's what I'm doing. I'm looking at my whole thing, understanding what I'm supposed to be here for. And if I fall short in the process of doing it, then I'll gladly take that death.
Go ahead. But who decides that? So at the end of the day, you decide what you're here for, right? Nobody else.
No, I got tired of bumping my motherfucking head and not understanding what I'm here for. I'm saying,
finding that, but you, right?
Right.
Like it. So I don't know. I think you putting so much pressure on that when that's just some personal shit.
But that's what I'm trying to say. You're proving my point.
But
This is my personal. You
saying your personal path is to help other people, correct?
I'll put it like this, even though I wasn't even gonna bring, but yes, correct. I'll put it like this. I spent a lot of my life being an evil grimy motherfucker, right? This is my own personal opinion, right? Now I understand I'm offsetting that from my own perspective and my experience in life and what I feel I need to do. Because this is my mind. This is my shell,
Right.
my spirit, my being. So
We
that's what
we
I'm doing.
share a world together, though. I want you to know that.
Yeah, but now guess what? You're gonna always want to share this motherfucker with me because I ain't being no motherfucking capitalist pig.
Oh,
Mob, come on, man. Come on, Mob. You are a capitalist pig, whether you choose to believe it or not. If you spend $1 on something, you plan to profit off of it, bro. That's
Yeah, I'm into right now. What I do to make money
what
is
you're talking
cool.
about, pig. You
What I
or
mean.
the rest of us. What the fuck? This is
Well,
a
but what I'm saying is I'm trying to offset it with the balance. That's why I brought up the yin yang, my own personal path, even though I'm still moving in the capitalist way. But goddamn, I've been living this way my whole life. I ain't gonna change right away. Even the motherfucking drug got to get 12 steps. Damn.
I
You
want
see
to
what I'm saying?
if you want to think you can change, you're not gonna change that living here. You share
No,
space.
you're saying me, but check this out. That's just like me coming to you telling you, listen, I'm listen. That's just like look. That's just like me coming to you telling you everything that you're saying ain't gonna fucking work. I ain't trying to hear that shit. Fuck what you talking about. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's
I
your
don't have a
path.
solution to nothing. I'm telling you, everything I base my thing on is facts. So I like to go off. I
Right,
love
but once again, what's the main important part of what you saying? I'm
right.
I'm not we, nigga. You saying I'm.
we not finna do all of this, and I'm not finna stop my life to see what we finna do.
Right. So I'm not saying that. I'm going to support you in everything that you decide to do. Whatever you want to do, I understand within my age and my experience, I understand that everybody has their own path. And my job as a brother to you, from me and you knowing each other for years, that I'm going to support you in whatever you fucking do. If it's wrong, I'm gonna be man enough to look at you and saying, all right, nigga, that's some negative shit. You know what's gonna come.
Want to do? You just instantly said you want to help people, and I'm trying to figure out exactly how, because people want to hear tangible stuff. They want stuff they
I
can.
mean, everything that I'm telling you is basically from my heart. So if you don't understand that, listen, I know it's going right over motherfucking head, right? And I'm gonna stick to it because I'm good at this debate shit too. I'm gonna stick to it.
You gonna Care Bear them to death.
No, I ain't gonna Care Bear him to death. I ain't gonna get it. Look, just like a black man, you know we hug different. I'm gonna slap your ass 5, pull you in, tap you on the back, my brother, and go about your motherfucking business. And if you don't understand, if you'll become a threat by bringing negativity around me, then I'm gonna do you like the Arabs do. If you a motherfucking demon, goddamn it, then off with your head. That's what I'm saying. I move in a different way. We gonna coexist and we gonna agree to disagree.
It sound churchy.
Yeah, well, shit. A church is built for people to be inside that motherfucker.
Our church is what we doing now. It's whatever. Whenever we hold court, that's what that is. But we not fucking learning nothing. We just feeling. That's what I'm getting. Yeah. 2020 is let's feel. I don't want to feel. I want to know.
But see, the thing about it is that what is knowing though? You know what I'm saying? Like you're talking about something that, I mean, it's not necessarily what you guys are speaking about. Isn't like you're speaking about changing the community and changing the world. But that's not something that you can just put a check mark on, or you know what I'm saying? Like with what you're saying, whether you agree with it or not, fella, it is changing the world. It is making an impact, even if the person who's receiving the gift doesn't realize it. Like just like you give a person the jewel, you give like you can just talk to someone and tell them some good shit. Like, hey, here's a stock tip. The person don't take it, they don't take it. That's they bad. It doesn't mean that you can't still feel the same that I gave that person opportunity. If you're showing someone a better way, you're trying to impart your wisdom and experience that you've had upon them, and they don't accept it. You still did your part. You know, so you go away feeling good.
See, I got a saying, bro. I got a saying, and I tell him this every time we get on. I'm just gonna leave the gate open, bro. I'm gonna tell you what's over here on this side, It's up to you to take the, the initiative to walk forward because, like he said, you're a grown ass man. I can't move your feet. You got to move them bitches yourself. But at the same time, man, I'm not trying to overthrow this shit. I'm just giving it away. I ain't trying to sell you shit. I'm giving it to you. If you want to take heed, and if I save, I ain't even gonna say save because that's a real big strong word. If I reach one person, then I did my fucking job.
And it's everybody's not gonna make it. So that's why I don't even come with that perspective anymore. I used to think that it was room for everybody, but there's not. So you can't help everybody.
But you said what is knowing, and I always equate to science because science is observation, observing. If we observing something, we know history, right? Do we follow history? Is that not cool anymore?
No, we with it.
History came with niggas talking this, let's feel good and harmony and all of these things. And every time, what does history show us with that?
Well, we following history, shit. Look at all the people, everything that people complain about. Every fucking thing that everybody fucking complain about. Oh, I'm this and I'm going through this and I'm all alone in this and blah, 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 blah. But nigga, you put yourself in that. I can say that. I can say you put yourself in that way. But I'm not saying that because somebody didn't say it to me. For all the 50 or 100 people that steered me away, it took one or two that helped me get to where I am today. And the same shit that I learned those years ago is helping me survive and be a better man, better father, and all around a better humanitarian today. So I'm not steering from that. I'm going for what, like you say, feeling, all that shit, talking about facts and all that. Yeah, that's true. I fucks with you on that. I understand that. But we wasn't around for our history. We can only go off of what another motherfucker said.
So my son wasn't around in 2001. He's not to believe I was on 75th. Come on, Mob. Let's not do that.
That ain't what I'm saying, man. No, we doing it. We gonna do it because, nigga, I was one of the dudes that was on 75th with you.
And you can confirm that, right? So if we go back, if we keep doing that in history, people gonna keep confirming it. It happened. You know what? They not gonna confirm any of that mystical shit you talking about.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. And I'm with it. Like I say, man, if I'm man enough to stand outside and back in the day, and I ain't gonna say too, I'm talking about probably early in 2000. I'm gonna say this. If I get all my energy into doing wrong, bro, wrong.
But this, okay,
let me finish. Let me finish.
So much that money is wrong. Success.
No, I ain't saying no. I was talking about the way that I went about it. Listen, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
The white man do is wrong.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying what just like I was telling you when you was talking, the main part and everything that you were saying that related to my point is you said I'm saying my perspective. Everybody has a specific point. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody has an assignment. I'm just saying if I can sign up, right? Just like the brother Glib, if I can sign up with a regime and go and fight and have a whole understanding about that, right? I can do this same shit and know that death and everything else is gonna come with it. I'm gladly going to stand up because this is what I feel that I should do. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I know my path. That's all, bro. That's it.
We still not hearing. All right, I get it. I ain't mad at you.
Yeah.
Hey, fella, you had said something earlier though. Let me see. What you had said something that I used to say was I don't really believe in anything. Like I want information. I want facts.
Oh, facts.
So yeah, how did you get to that point?
Not knowing, always depending on somebody to know. I had a car accident. I sued somebody. I sued my job, then I sued some other people. Long story short, I didn't get my settlement from the other side of this shit because I didn't know. I was too busy leaning on the lawyer. What do I supposed to do? What do I gotta do? And they fucked me. Yeah. But back when I knew, I swear I took that day. I said, nobody will ever get over on me again. Ever.
Yeah.
And I
from
got
your
it.
own, but look, Well, from his own what? Personal experience.
But is this wrong for telling somebody to
No,
know?
you're not wrong. That's what I'm the man that's in the neutral, baby boy. I'm right here in the middle. I'm not saying nothing that you're saying is wrong.
But
I'm
this
saying
ain't belief. This be telling a motherfucker, don't just listen to a motherfucker. It's right here. Here's your state constitution. Like all this shit is real. This ain't nothing I'm making up out. This
right.
ain't
But now you see how that one situation cultivated your whole way of thinking. It doesn't just your way of thinking has changed drastically, even on politics, family values, other people helping other people in the street. It changed all of them.
My dad is gone too. Let me say that. My dad died first, then my mom died. So now I'm here with it's just me. It's all that I need to call. It's nobody else. Let me call this person. The only person I ever needed is gone. It's over. So now what I gotta do? I can either sit on my ass, cry, pout, or I can stand the fuck up.
Now check this out. Now that was your own personal experience, right? My personal experience is my parents are still around, right? But I still got put in a situation where I was all about my goddamn self. You see what I'm saying? So within that, I learned, like I told you, when I met that man, I was going through a certain transition in life. Either I was gonna go do all the way right or I was gonna do all the way wrong. Because whatever I do, I put 110% in that shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it took that point where I was at everything. I lost every fucking thing, bro. Everything. Where everybody else was living their life, nigga, I was outside, fucked up. But then it comes a point in time where how long you gonna beat yourself up, right? You can't just walk around and carry that motherfucking baggage. By that time, if I was doing it like that, my legs should look like a fucking bodybuilder. So now I'm walking around and I'm looking at it, but it took something else to transition. And that part was fact. That man walked up to me. That was fact.
That's a fact. Did he tell you to spread the feeling? That's what I'm asking.
Good question.
Wait. I think we saying the same thing. I just like a constructive plan behind it. Not just saying, well, we on another degree and all of this. Like people not taking that in like they supposed to. You got to give it to them in different. Since you know all this stuff, you're supposed to give it to them in different ways. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I can understand. You can't. Everybody doesn't have the same level of understanding, so you can't talk to everybody the same way. You know, some people you can give them everything. Some people you got to spoon feed them. You know, it just depends on the audience. Like that's where the person who's giving the message has to determine what the person who's receiving the message can understand. You know, so you talk to someone a little slow. You give them a little bit. You say you understand what I'm saying. Oh, you got that. Oh, you understand. Okay, let's get a little more. Oh, you got that too. Oh, okay. Oh, you understand what I'm talking about. All right, then we can go a little further. We can go a little faster. You know what I'm saying? Then you bring them up to your level, right? But you don't have to. Sometimes you got to drag them. Sometimes you got to spoon feed them.
You said you used to think like that, so you changed your ideology.
Oh no. I still believe. I don't like to use the word believe. I don't like that word. It's not a good word for me. Belief means you can suspend reality to believe.
You can.
I don't like the word belief a lot. And I think I lost that when I took some classes on religion and about how Christianity was created and how they determined what they were going to believe. And I'm like, well, how the hell does modern man go have a meeting to determine what we're going to believe? This is bullshit. I have a hard. So the stories are great and I like them and all, but I have a hard time believing them because someone told me this is what we were going to believe. I like this story. Take this part out though because this part doesn't go with the other part. They don't. These are contradictory. We got to take some stuff out.
And it got to be updated is what I'm saying too. Like the fifth part of it got to be updated to what's going as above, so below. That's in there.
Yeah.
So we got to reconstruct this shit. We got to teach people how to get what's up there down here right now. We can do it. I'm talking we, Mr. Witt. We can do this.
Yes, sir. We just got to understand that we have an intricate part
We do. We
Like
do.
all of these questions that we were asking, basically what all of us asked each other, well, what do we do and how do we reach certain things? And I said it has to be first with the knowledge of facts. You have to have a strategy, bro. You
And
have
that's
to
what I'm
understand.
asking for. That's the only thing I was asking for. What is like the strategy of this?
And then when I gave you what I was figuring as a strategy, you say, "Oh man, everybody want to hear that shit." It's like remember when he started in the conversation, he said that yeah, it's hard for me to continue to do this because I feel like my message is like going unheard. I feel the same way, but I keep pushing because how many times I've said certain things to certain people and they didn't receive it like I intended it to be. Like motherfucker said, just like you said, I don't want to hear that shit, Sharif, just like on Music Sister Sarah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
see what I'm saying? Like it is that, but you have to push forward because you feel it. All of that shit, what I was saying about when that man approached me, that was fact. That is the proof of that cosmic shit that I didn't want to hear. Remember when I said when he approached me, I was already stepping back.
Right. We was asking that. So he did tell you to push that, to bring that forth, the cosmic.
Right. But he not only did he tell that, he proved it. It was certain shit that he would speak on, and only way that I can receive it if we speaking in scientific ways, that he felt my vibration. He felt as he was passing me in passing while we were traveling, that he felt my vibration enough to point to jump over to me and say something. But that wasn't just the only time that happened in my life, is what I'm trying to say. Like I'm just using that one thing as an example. It was other times where I run across other people that didn't have to say shit. That it was in their favor to constantly keep me sleep because they would be able to profit off me. But they seen something within me that was pushing off of me. That was my glow. That was my energy. So they what do you call that? They tapped in. They got in tune with me, and then that's how I grow by looking at other people. It doesn't necessarily have to be an elder. I can learn some shit from somebody that's younger than me. That's why I'm saying I'm not going against what you're saying. I'm just saying we have to understand when we push our message across, look at the words that we're using. You know, that's how you start. When you just been saying everything, it was I'm. And that's why I could have easily be like, well, nigga, that's you. But no,
But
I'm looking at it like
when I'm looking like that, I'm only talking because I'm me, bro. I can't keep saying we because everybody, I can't speak for everybody. I can only speak for me.
not exactly.
But I know I'm speaking.
We're basically saying the same shit. I'm trying to get you to understand one part that you're overlooking, because what I've learned with knowledge comes power, bro. Power, no matter if you realize it or not. Now, what is the old saying about power? Like I said on the other segment.
If you finna spook us out of power, I'm done.
I'm not doing it. What I'm saying is you have to understand the responsibility that comes with it. When you speak on power, power corrupts, right? And absolute power corrupts absolutely. So you can have an understanding, but you still have to have that opening to understand that there's other people with different understandings, different views, and you have to coexist. So that means you have to take the judgment out. If it's going to support what you basically say, everybody can't go with you, right?
They can't. So everybody can't even have these conversations, neither, Mr. Will. That's the thing. These is like closed off conversations.
But I was at one point, bro. All I'm saying is at one point, bro, I was the dude that neither one of y'all could have the conversation with.
Yeah.
You feel me? I was that one dude. It was times you would have to tell me, like, man, what the fuck? And I'll be like, man, I ain't trying to hear that shit. You feel me? But now it had to be something that happened across my life when I was in my transition to get me to this higher understanding of learning and understanding that now that I have the intelligence and the knowledge, what the fuck I'm gonna do with it? Am I gonna use it for my own personal gain, or I'm gonna use it to shine? Because it's like if you go in a room, right, and ain't nobody in the room, and you get to speaking loud, You ever played with echoes? Have you ever been in a place and you say, hey, 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 So if you play, right, but think about it. When you get somebody else that comes in and y'all saying it on the same time, now that vibration becomes stronger. You understand? Now it started off with one. It always gonna start off with one, bro. But once you get somebody else that's on, and then the next person comes on, because I guarantee you, all of these leaders that we've spoke of in different situations did not think that their following would reach that point at one point in their life. So you have to understand. You have to understand that we can agree to disagree. We all can coexist.
This I get it now. I don't want to break away from what the fuck is going on now. Like, I don't know what kind. I don't know what that lifestyle has. For me in the future. I don't know. I don't know what that looks like. A world, a nation where everybody's just going off feelings. I don't want to live over there.
I'm not saying I'm just going off feelings. You're taking from what I'm saying. I'm saying
the reality I'm living in. I just think we need to be in better position. We need leverage.
You use the B word, but it ain't better. We have to have balance in order to receive the love.
We got a lot of love. All right. We got a lot of love. Let's come on, man. Let's not do that, man. If you
I can't push off that same ideology that I've lived by for so long because it got me.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. The shit I'm saying is you should be fucking head of somebody, your own government or your own department or something, but it should be within this system, not in the mystical world. It should be within what we doing already right now.
At the same time, only reason why I'm saying that mystical world, so to speak, like you say, is relevant because that's what the powers that be have been operating off of from day fucking one, and we think it's something else.
You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that. Who are they to operate off anything from day one? We turn around and say they come out of caves. They walked on off.
But yeah, they say all that shit, but then we got the same people that say about the Bible Belt and the same motherfucker walking around with an AR-15 got a Love Jesus shirt on. Like, come on, man.
But I'm saying, what is we doing? You giving them too much credit, though. They didn't start any of this.
I'm not saying they started it. They just used it to their own advantage.
And that's what I'm telling you we can do.
Right, but we can just do it in different ways. That's all. Who's to say that your way is wrong over mine?
Because I'm trying to ask you, what is the structure of your way? Do I have to wake up tomorrow and my whole life is finna change?
No, nothing happens overnight. We all know that, whether we inclined intelligently or not.
What does it look like in your world?
What it looks like in my world is what it looks like in my world is I'm understanding I don't know every fucking thing, first and foremost. He who thinks he knows everything don't know shit. So I ain't gonna sit up here whether I done did the research or not. I'm gonna come into this saying and putting it out into the universe that I do not know everything. And with saying all of that is to say that whatever comes tomorrow, as long as I move on a certain frequency, then I'm moving forward in that motion.
Blow this bitch up and just hope for the best.
I ain't saying do all that. I'm saying if that's what the fuck you want to do,
no, I'm saying
then go do that shit. I'm doing what I'm finna do.
We're pressing the button on the system. Fuck this system, and we going into something new. And we just hope for the best.
I'm not saying that. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna sit down with every other like-minded brother or brother that has different views, such as you, and I'm gonna use certain things that I know that will help me push forward. I'm gonna take a piece of you, and I'm gonna take a piece of you, and I'm gonna take a piece of you, and I'm gonna move forward. That's what I'm saying. Regardless if we see shit in different views, long as we pushing for the same fucking goal, then eventually we'll get it. Most people doing science and all that shit, they didn't find that shit right away. They just not coming up with certain cures to certain shit that they've been studying to try to find a cure for 30 years.
They only got treatment. What you think, Glib? Am I going too far left or right?
No, I mean, And I was just listening to you guys go, and I was wondering, like, what's the disagreement? Is it that is that Witt's idea of his spiritual philosophy doesn't solve everyone's answer, or solve everyone's problem, or is it not easy to translate to those who aren't vibrating at the same level?
So I think it's both. I think people gonna have a hard time digesting that. And what was the first point you made? I'm sorry.
I mean, because like to me, it seems like no matter which path you take, like whether you say it's every man for himself or it's trying to build up within the system that we have, the opportunity is there for different individuals to either accept it or to reject it. So
Exactly.
I don't necessarily agree with the spirituality in the sense that Witt's talking about it. Like I don't believe it in that sense, but I can understand what he's saying. I could take something from it, but it wouldn't hurt me to hear it, and I wouldn't be offended in talking about it. But it's probably not a path for me. But that's okay because I can still find success whether I agree with it or not.
And this the United States, you got the freedom to do that. But let's fast forward. Let's just say he get what he want, and we fast forward. He get his pocket of what he got going on. We still in the same country though.
Mm-hmm.
Are we forced to live like that now, or I'm asking you, Whit, we can do our own thing as well?
Do as thou will, man.
That's
we
what
just
I'm
gonna we go say it like this, like I was trying to say. Like, but see, within chaos is always gonna come order. It's got to be. It's got to be.
In the morning when they start shooting tear gas, it's gonna be order. Damn
it. Exactly. You're gonna. It's chess, not checkers, man. And like I said, everybody have their own personal experience. We can listen to a person. We can even read the word of different people. But you cannot say that your eyes are lying to you, and I can't say that you've seen everything that I've seen, and vice versa, bro. But long as we can sit at the table,
eyes line. What do you mean by that?
Like your own personal experience is, I can't really. We might have similarities, but I can't say that I know exactly where the fuck you coming from because I wasn't there when you seen it. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Oh man, this man just came up and he stole on a man and he dropped a man. You had to be there. I can hear the story, but I can't really actually understand it because I wasn't there. You see what I'm saying? So when you know, your eyes wasn't lying to you. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean that what I've seen is any more invalid than what you're saying either. Long as that I was able to talk to you and take certain things that I can take from what you're saying, because nothing you're telling me is negative, bro. Nothing you're telling me. Now that's when I shut down. When motherfuckers just come up and saying all this negative shit, because I also know everybody don't believe in the mystic world, but everybody believe in fucking karma too. You see what I'm saying? So it plays a part. Everything that people are looking over for our spirituality, you have to look at it and manifest it. Like I was telling you about KRS-One. Just listen to his speeches, bro, and listen to what he's saying and see if that shit resonate with you. He had one part in his speech talking about the rock star shit. When I was telling you, you hear a voice, but no one knows where the fuck that voice comes from.
So this is what I do. Every time somebody do that, I always main source. That's why I like to resource, get the sources and stuff. So you said KRS-One. I know he's from New York. He studied under the nations of gods and earth. I know what his ideology is. I know what it is, bro. I'm telling you, he would lean my way in the conversation about what we talk.
But he would also say too, and I ain't gonna say what he'll say, because like I said, I can't speak for nobody else, but like real people that I've been run across, like right now, that's why we're still on this live for 3 hours and 18 minutes, damn it, because we are seeing things in different views, but we're open-minded enough to listen.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like I said, and it was profound. Use your eyes and your ears twice as much as you use your fucking mouth. And then That's where the feeling comes from. You don't just wake up feeling some type of way unless it's a physical ailment. You know what I'm saying? You don't like every gangbanger don't wake up in the morning gangbanging at breakfast and shit. It has to, like, I have another saying too. You ain't in trouble till your phone ring. You see what I'm saying? You can have your whole day going a certain way and then your phone ring and change the course of that simply off of what the message was conveyed to you and how it was conveyed to you. Like you have to factor so many things, and knowing that you don't know everything is knowing that you're a wise man. So I can learn more. Every day I'm on this earth, I try to learn.
I don't want to come like I know everything. I want to come off as if I'm whatever we're talking about. I do want to be educated on it though. I don't want. I don't want to come in talking about what I feel and thinking.
No, but I'm just you really focusing on that feeling shit. Like I say, I take care of home first. What I mean by that is I'm still following the laws of survival first before anything. And us being from the hood, so to speak, if people want to call it that, we learned that shit from day one. You see what I'm saying? Like, all right, yeah, you talk that shit, homie, but what's up? You feel me? It's like it's a certain thing, but at the same time, by learning that, you start to see other people that you run across, and you see them, and they still like. You ever notice there's certain people in the hood that don't nobody fuck with, but everybody else getting shot? You see what I'm saying? They walk to and fro on the bus stop. They stand there, wait to go to work. Everybody see them. Everybody familiar with their face, but nobody even know their fucking name, bro. You see what I'm saying? It's people can coexist and have different beliefs and still make it work. That's what I think the definition of a civilization is. You see what I'm saying? So once we realize that and push forward, man, we good, man. Cause I know you might disagree, but I'm gonna do just like the old heads say. We gonna action speak louder than words, bro. And within that action, then watch how motherfuckers jump on this boat. Cause the same reason why everybody's spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars more on Jordans than Adidas and shit. Well, damn, them mics is cold. It's the same goddamn shoe, but a different color. But you breaking your neck to go buy that shit. You see what I'm saying? So the same philosophy goes with like different things in life. We just have to figure out a way to marry it. And the only way we can do that is not shit on the next person's belief.
We gotta recognize each other. We do. But I do want to know what you got going on. If I'm gonna recognize you, you just can't say, well, tomorrow I know because I feel.
No, but guess what I did today?
Years of the world work.
He is on the other side of where we from. You in a different place than where I'm from. But I both planted the seeds. Now, by me planting the seeds, somewhere tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, these things are gonna come up. And you're gonna see firsthand because I put it out there in the universe. I touched you and you.
Yeah.
Whether you want to say it now, but it's gonna happen because I did that, and that's that real cosmic shit.
And I ain't mad at you. You know what I want to happen? I want us to get on our shit physically on the earth, on the realm.
Yeah, but it has to be like, think about it. It's an idea it's a thought first, then it becomes an idea. You verbally expresses it, and then it can manifest into reality. So if that being the case, right? Then that means that mystical world that you speak of is actually the reality that we're fucking living.
But you gotta talk to these people like that, man. Why not talk like that? Why do that?
But guess what? I got the opportunity to say it. I got the opportunity to say it. Who's to say that I didn't strategically plant that shit from the beginning of the fucking conversation anyway?
Listen, from how you talking, you're not even in control of what you're saying.
How when every time you say something, I'm hitting you back. Every time I say something, I'm hitting you back with it.
From your perspective, everything you saying was predetermined, right?
I'm saying that, but I'm saying even with the predetermination, it's just like these movies that we watch. I keep going to movie references, but Back to the Future, man, everything was predetermined, but depending on what you do, and you can change the course of things. You are the one that can control everything, but that's a form of the mystic believing. It was first that this is what I'm saying. A lot of science it derives from shit
I'm
that
not
you can't even
knocking it.
see.
I'm not knocking it. I'm asking you to tell somebody with a 2020 brain to go back to some shit that they was doing over 3,000 years ago, Mark. That's what you're talking about.
And I'm gonna tell they little ass, you can't see air, but you can believe you can breathe though.
That's
see what I'm
science.
saying?
That's not belief. They know
You
what.
see what I'm saying? You can't see that shit, you can't smell it, but you know without it, your ass would be fucking dead.
But you don't have to believe it. You know it's true.
Exactly.
In fact, you know how I know it's true? When they remove it. You'll know it's true immediately when they take the oxygen away.
Who's came back?
But check this out. Check this out.
Yep, everything is over there is true. Who's came back and said it?
You said what now?
Who's came back from the mystic world and said, "Yep, everything's true"?
Nobody. But you don't have to believe that.
But that's how we can find
You don't have to believe in death to know that. You don't have to believe in death to know that your ass is gonna die. What I'm trying to say is, bro, it's a lot of times we have to get out of that mindset, man. If we can't see it or touch it, then it ain't fucking real. You feel me? Everybody, I know everybody on this, me, you, and Glib, have told our mothers or our fathers or our kids, I love you. Right? Yeah. Somebody that said that shit, I love you. What the fuck is love, nigga? Don't nobody know what the fuck that shit really is. Everybody have their own interpretation of what it is. Some people will kill over it. Some people will walk away from it. But it's a word. It's not real.
But we all share it. We all share it. We all share that feeling. We all don't share that opinion. That's what I'm saying. We can all share.
But you just contradicted what you said. We all share. Remember, you said I can't live in a world where I just go off just feeling. I have to have facts. Nigga, ain't no fact in love. It's just all feeling.
You love a random person out the street.
I'm saying, Glib, you agree?
No, I'm have to say, when I was younger, I probably would have agreed, and I probably thought that love was something that was emotional, something that love is manifested in actions and what you do. So
it's first of what? It's first of what though?
It's not a first of anything. Like
no, I said it first before you express the action of love, you gotta first what? Feel it.
No, I think it's opposite. And the matter of fact, I think it's like there's a book. I don't know if you ever read the book. I heard the book 7 Habits of Highly Successful People, right? And in the book, right, there's a guy who's talking to the psychiatrist, and he's saying, me and my wife are having a hard time. I just don't love her anymore. It's not the same. And the guy is like, well, you need to love her. And he was like, no, you don't understand. We don't feel the same. I don't love her anymore. He was like, no. You need to love her. You need to physically love her, show her love, do things that show love. That's love. If you do those things, you'll love her. It doesn't matter what you feel in your heart, it's what you do. Those two things can coincide and come together, or they can never be aligned. But what you do is showing love. It isn't. Someone can say, I love you all you want while they're stabbing you in the back or shooting you in the face.
Exactly.
That means nothing. That feeling is nothing. The actions is what's real. That person who kills you.
And that proves my point when I said it's not real. It's something that we choose to believe in, and how we express it.
You missed the whole tour. He said through your actions.
But that's what I was gonna say. You can express it however you deem necessary. It's a lot of motherfuckers that, like he said, express love, but then turn around and the person that they're expressing the love to only using that to their advantage. It's all what your own interpretation and your own perspective of it is. I was just using it as an example because you can't touch it, you can't see it, but you just really using this word on a day-to-day basis.
See, I think that's that's the love that we're talking about when we're on a lower level, instinctual level of love, right? We feel enamored with someone, we call that love. We feel lust for someone, we call that love. We enjoy someone's company, we call that love. But love is actually the act of what we're doing, which shows we love. Like we love our children, we feed them, we take care of them, we protect them, we clothe them. That's showing love, right? We can tell them we love them and try to express what's in our heart, but the love that we show them is how we care for them and what we do for them to make sure they're straight. That's
Right.
to me, that's love.
Right, but then you have a flip side to that. With that balance part is this: you have other people that have kids and act like they don't give a fuck if they live or fucking die. It's the reason, it's how you feel when that baby comes out that makes you want to get close to that kid to even care enough to take care of them and feed them and clothe them. It all derives from feeling first. I ain't saying what
it's hard to argue that. It's hard to argue. So it could be duty. It could be duty.
If it was duty, then everybody would have a father in their house. You don't walk away from a bitch like shit. I ain't trying to hear that shit, man.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, like, I'm talking about, like, say the mother loves the kid because she's got to, because she gave birth to it. So I
was just saying, but it's mothers out here that don't even give a fuck.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, like it's. I'm not saying that.
That's not the norm, bro. That's the fucking.
Who are we to say that? We don't know that shit. What the norm is.
From observation, going outside every day, I see more people with their kids than without.
Yeah, but look at where you are.
Mob, you see more people with kids than without. Knock it the fuck off.
Yeah. But the thing with that is that there's still, like, how many cases of a parent killing a kid are acceptable? Like, what would be a good percentage to say, okay, we're in a good society?
0.
Exactly. So any number over 1 is too many. But there's way more than one. You read the news. Like I try to avoid those stories because I hate them. You know, I really hate them. So like but every day, you know, say you read through the news. There's child molestation, child abuse. I just saw a story today about a kid who had like what was it, like 27 broken bones and fractures. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I was just seeing some shit on World Star when a girl was beating up the other girl because she took her daughter to the hospital and they said she had broken ribs, and she was like, she didn't know that the dude that she was with did that, and the family started beating her own family started beating her ass like, you a damn lie. You couldn't help but to know.
Is that justice? Shit.
Yeah,
but what it proves the point that everybody, with it being a word, everybody has their own interpretation and their own expectations of what that word brings to them.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? And we all have different perceptions of certain shit. That's what I was just bringing. That's why I only bring the love part up, because I felt that was a stronger way of trying to get you to understand where I'm coming from. Like, I don't believe in certain shit. I like loyalty. I think it's, in order to receive love, you must have loyalty first, if it's not something that you birthed on this earth. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Even if we family and we probably sister and brother, but then I've been loyal to you all this time, showing love, and then you wait when the situation arises 7 years later and cross me out. Now you might get beat like a motherfucker that I don't even know, because I felt that you betrayed me. So that means the love shit is out the window. Like you said, a motherfucker say they love you and blow your head off. You see what I'm saying? But it's just all of these things that we implement into our life on a day-to-day basis are certain things that we can't see, but just because we give it a word, it's acceptable. We have to understand that the spiritual realm, I don't even want to keep saying it like that, but it is our reality right now. If you look at the Bible, like I say, I don't believe in religion, but that doesn't mean that I wasn't trained in certain parts of the Bible, right? And these are prophecy times. Like, all of this shit was predicted in the Bible.
Who says that?
They're talking about gays, and like within Revelations, gays is going to be openly out, certain things, and comparing today's day as far as the older people with Sodom and Gomorrah. You hear this shit if you go in certain churches, they're saying that. You see what I'm saying? Because that
people was kicked out of a country. Did they feel like that was the end of the world? I bring it current.
What I mean by the end of the world, I'm talking about the world as you know it, not saying the actual world.
They think it was the end of the world. Like, we got to stop doing that, man. The people that wrote that shit, those was.
I think you straying. I think you straying.
You just said out your mouth that these are prophecies.
No, I was saying that I was using that as an example.
Albert, cut you off before y'all change the subject. I was gonna say I'm about to jump off real quick, man. It was good talking with y'all, but y'all want to get real. Y'all got about 2 more hours if you start talking about the Bible.
We ain't gonna go no further than that.
But yeah, I appreciate y'all letting me on, man. Y'all doing good work.
We appreciate it.
And then I'll reach out to you, man, when I get my little page up and running, brother.
Oh, no doubt, man. I'll be around. Peace.
Yes, sir. Peace.